ISWIS.
That's why we shine wherever we go. 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 Lord, Lord. Welcome to the mind of a pothead. On my head, see a young nigga got dressed. We don't give a fuck what the cop said. I'm living a legacy. So even when I die, I am not dead. Nigga, I am not dead. Fuck with me.
Great afternoon to you wonderful people. Welcome to this Christmas Eve edition of I Said What I Said. We are live from the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Tucson Warner. My name is Herb Howard. This is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. Every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. we get together right here with you all, and we discuss issues that are impacting the black community, how those issues impact us as individuals, but also how they impact us as a collective. And along with your help, we talk through many of these issues in hopes of finding the optimum solutions for overcoming said issues. Again, overcome them as individuals, but more importantly, overcome them as a collective. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation this afternoon. We greatly, greatly appreciate you. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Absolutely anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so, especially today, because we is in here straight clowning. But we'll get to that in a minute. Appreciate y'all for being here. We do still kindly ask you to take a quick second to share the broadcast by clicking on the little arrow in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Share the broadcast in your personal page. Share it even within your personal network. Absolutely anyone that you think would add value to or find value in this particular conversation, we welcome them to be a part of the discussion on this particular afternoon. It is our belief that the more like-minded individuals we can get to be a part of this discussion, the better the opportunities we have of reaching the optimum solutions going forward. So please, please, please take a quick second to share the broadcast if you will. Also, if you feel so inclined, you can contribute to the show if you like by clicking on the little gold stars in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. We certainly appreciate each and every one of those. Again, this is I Said What I Said. What's happening, good people? My name is Herb. His name is Tu. What's happening, good brother?
Blessed and highly favored. Famo, how you?
Man, I ain't nothing to it, man. I'm excellent. I'm feeling really, really good. Sister Cassie Opia decided to just hang out with us for a little while.
I did.
She just putting in a little extra overtime today. We appreciate it, though.
Man, I appreciate it.
In the Christmas spirit, just giving of your time.
You know, I'm excited to be on the show with y'all. Like, this is super dope, man. Like, to be, like,
your
in the
heart.
studio.
Just little old us,
clown.
man. Just little old us hanging out with our people like we like to do every day around this time, man. So thank you so much for hanging out just a little bit longer after y'all wrapped up the collective conversation on the green side of things. You and Brother Sadiq, man, it's always a dope conversation. Y'all even let Tu get in the conversation today.
Yeah, and he was riling it all up.
Per
so
usual.
I was loving it.
Per usual. That's what he does. That's what he does. That's what he does. All right, let me ask you a question. Are you doing the 30-day plant-based challenge?
I'm gonna
in
do
January?
it. Yeah, and I mean, I've done like plant-based. I've been alkaline. I'm vegan-ish anyway.
Yeah,
vegan-ish.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna jump all the way in.
Man, this nigga talk about broccoli.
This nigga talk about broccoli.
It's good for you.
Practice?
You can have you some. You can get you some barbecue. You know, some fried barbecued broccoli. It's really good.
Really?
Oh, that's the cauliflower.
Hey, we can't talk about that place because the other place is sponsoring the joint.
Are you talking about So Vegan?
Right.
So Vegan.
Do they got barbecue cauliflower?
Do they got barbecue cauliflower? Okay. But Sadiq got barbecue cauliflower, though. He got his own, recipe.
Is that so, Brother Sadiq? Brother Sadiq then went up to the production studio. He's playing around in there. He don't know.
He think he's some kind of director.
Hold on. Switch that.
You trying to Denzel the Ma Rainey?
Put that over there. Get camera number 3, and let's move. What y'all say?
I'm trying to figure out what's the word on this.
The January jump off
on this barbecue cauliflower. I'm hearing from you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's my thing, and it's more than barbecue cauliflower. See, because I'm a Chicago transplant by way of the South, so I smoke my cauliflower.
Like in a blunt.
When you say South, you mean like Kankakee?
No. I mean like Alabama, Louisiana,
okay, that's
Tennessee, South. So
Mecca for
there's a
black
difference between just pouring barbecue sauce on something and putting it in a smoker
In a
for
smoke-
2 hours.
Oh, that kind of smoker.
Yeah.
You can smoke cauliflower for 2 hours?
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what?
I thought it was another nickname for weed. Like, you know, they
No.
call it cabbage and broccoli and all kinds
No.
of stuff.
I would
No.
assume
It was
it
no
would
code name. I
disintegrate.
was really talking about smoking cauliflower.
I get to be a little more free on this show because, you know, Sadiq don't play no games.
that's what it is.
I had to sign a contract. She broke part of it today, and then with 2 we just let it go because it was.
But you
we
talking
clowns
about
up in
something you
here.
mean kankakee? You ain't shit.
I just be asking questions. I'm saying. Just South. I'm just saying.
Niggas ain't shit.
So what y'all? So y'all doing the jump off with us?
I'm prayerfully considering it, sir.
I'm fucking with it.
That's what I'm talking about too. That's what's up. And
Yeah,
we got Cassie over Herb.
I want to say yeah, but I
Do
don't
it.
like to be committing to stuff, and then I'd be like, nah.
See?
Herb is afraid of commitment.
Now I can come in. There we go. That's
See, I
some
go
man
all
shit
in.
right
Oh,
there.
I love it.
I'm coming.
Herb, come
I'm
on,
coming
man.
in.
I got you.
Is that a male thing?
I'm gonna smoke some cauliflower
Afraid of
just for you.
commitment?
Yeah.
I'm in. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm in.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, they just peer
right.
pressure me all into it.
Hey, Jared
I'm
in
Hey, Flo, you hopping with it? You,
and Lil Ron going.
Well, of course Jared is. He
Lil
already did the
Ryan-
Subway challenge.
Lil Ron eat gyro cheeseburgers with mild sauce on the side. Like, Lil Ron ain't going. Hey, I saw
See,
Lil
that
Ron on
challenge
camera
made
this
him
morning.
black.
Though. I saw Lil Ron on camera
Cassie,
this
your
morning.
homie Matoya say, man, your ass eat pork.
She crazy than a motherfucker.
Latoya.
I ain't Matoya. I ain't ate pork since probably I was like 18.
Hey, pork was only bad for you before they had refrigerators. Be clear about that.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not.
Don't nothing
love
go
it.
stale in the refrigerator.
Cassie, you ain't had pork since when?
Since I was like 18.
She said 18,
Real talk.
18 minutes ago.
I stopped eating pork a long time ago before I even became
See,
vegan.
and even though I'm
Vegan,
vegan,
she
when
type of
people
show.
say
She
they
meant
haven't
the
had pork,
18th. The
Right.
18th.
Right. The 18.
no, but when black people say they haven't like had pork, it's like a real uppity thing. Like I ain't had pork since I was 16.
Oh, we
Like,
do
I
that
don't
about
get down
anything.
like that.
Gee, that's how you are when it comes to the whole plant-based lifestyle. I mean, I've been doing this for
Gee,
25
we do that. We
years.
do that
How
about
dare you
absolutely
even?
anything.
But
If
you know
I
what?
can't bring my own lunch
That's
to
a-
his house.
That's a real question I got though, right? Why is
dare
everybody who
bring-
eats plant-based look at that shit like I found the answer to God?
Oh, you can't tell them they
It
don't
is
have
some
to
First of
bougie
all,
shit.
first of all, God is
I
vegan.
got this broccoli over
definitely
here.
vegan.
God is definitely vegan.
I believe that. I believe that.
That is.
But they definitely feel like they deserve like the first pew at church. Like
They absolutely feel like I'm a vegan.
I'm plant based.
Did y'all ever watch Scott Pilgrim, that
That's
movie?
great. Like
I've seen Scott
Hey,
Pilgrim.
remember the dude, one of
That
the
shit
one of
is
the dudes,
hilarious.
he was vegan, and he was like, he was a superpower. He was real arrogant. He was conceited, all of that.
it's just something that we do as a
I'm
people in
vegan.
general. We be on that.
I'm glad I don't come off like that. Like I'm.
We're
like,
talking about
the
you
hungry
right
We're
now.
talking about you.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. See, that's how arrogant they are. They tell you what
These
you're
aren't
talking
your
about.
droids.
We do that. We do that about a lot of stuff, just in general, man. I think there's so much, and I don't want to get too deep too soon, but I think there's so much like ingrained like self-hate that we just can't wait to shit on each other about anything. It don't
Damn.
matter. Like
Damn.
my diet is better
Soon
than
as I
yours.
figure some shit
Oh,
out.
I got a couple more dollars in my savings than you got. Oh,
I'm
what-
natural.
I'm natural. What,
That fake conscious community.
Soon,
I'm
like,
Jamal Green.
like
My girls used to be on me like that when I went natural. You said what? I missed it. Damn. What they say?
Oh God.
They're not gonna tell you because they one up in you.
I couldn't help myself.
And neither are you, clearly, and you heard it.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ of Latter-day
that was
Saints.
funny to me.
People, this is how this is going to go today. If y'all have anything better to do, feel free to go
God
do it because there's
damn.
absolute fuckery happening here today. So
That's the best time.
I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. But no, we do that. Like soon as somebody they start back working out, day number 2, you can't get them to stop talking about how much they work out.
Listen.
Second day working out in 20 years, man, y'all ain't even get in this gym. Fam, pipe down. Okay, relax.
That's true.
Because they want you to be like them. They want you to feel what they feel. They feeling good.
That's
they
not
feeling
what
great.
it is. That's not
Cassie
what it
did that for about 2 weeks.
Nah,
She was working out, and
I've been on
then
no. Don't
every-
do that.
every
I've been
video
doing my
was
challenge
like,
since the
and the
summertime.
79ers came
you know
out.
what? That's why it's fucked up.
They start grabbing that air you in
You
trouble.
know, let me just tell you, I feel like
They start grabbing that air you in
Then
trouble.
you know what
like,
this looks like
you know
right
what I'm
now?
saying? I just think
Patriarchy.
I didn't even say it.
This looks like patriarchy.
This
It
looks
ain't
like
nothing
what
but
Sadiq
man
said you
around
did
me.
it.
As soon as I get my little sister flavor, oh, y'all gotta start mocking me or whatever. Here we go. Now that's a problem. And Matoya says that God is a pescatarian.
Oh God.
God did have a whole bunch of fish at
Okay.
the joint. At the wedding, he had a
Okay.
whole bunch of fish.
But Toya ass ain't got nothing to do, man. Bring your ass up here too. Come on.
Listen, I'm telling her, G,
Hey.
I need my girl here.
God is actually a mulatto with good hair.
Oh, okay. Well, here I am. You know.
You do always say,
Right, you
hey,
better take it.
First
I'm
of all,
tired
man.
I used to be that kid. Like I used to grow up like I wish I was dark skinned.
I'm
wish
still that kid.
I wish my nose was bigger or whatever.
I was never
my
that
hair
kid.
I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, you was
there's
the
like-
opposite of Michael Jackson.
There's this
But light skin was hidden when we was growing up.
no.
It was.
I
though.
mean, but the thing is, though, you still feel like ostracized, or you feel like you're lesser than, because then you get this, right?
Until somebody
you
be like, "Hey,
think-
little red bone," you be like,
No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never
that's
did that.
true.
I was so against it that I never
you
did
was
that.
against. See, you was different, Cassie.
Because I was like,
You never-
I
She
don't
ain't different.
like
She
it.
"You
ain't
never
different.
responded to
She
a
ain't
little red
different.
bone."
I hate that.
See,
shit.
look
Have you
how
ever
two
responded to
just
A Lil Red
like
Bone?
two just
This
absorbed
dude
it.
one day
I
said,
did.
"Hey, what's
It's
up,
true.
lemon head?"
She ain't
No,
different.
No, yellow head.
That's why I can
That's
fight.
That don't work.
That's exactly why I can
I was
fight. It's
pissed
the
off.
truth.
I ignore people when they say that shit.
Yeah,
You could come and ask me my name.
Y'all-
It's just different
Clearly
for
I'm-
dudes, though, right? When you light skinned and you a dude, they just think you're a fucking punk.
Right.
You sweet or some shit. So we had to settle that very
Right.
early and very
you know
often.
What I'm saying?
No, all
There's
my
all
light-skinned
kind
homies
of
used to fight a lot.
complexes that come with that. Because then you get the girls that be like, they just talking to you because you light skinned.
My sister used to whoop a lot of ass too.
You think you better than everybody
see that.
because you light
Yeah.
skinned.
I can see
We
that.
had a whole family of ass whoopers going around. Man. We
Yeah,
was whooping a lot of ass in the
I
neighborhood.
can see that. It looks like a family spirit. That's
Yeah.
all. That's there.
My
I can see that shit.
my
like,
light
really.
skinned homies definitely used to fight a lot. Like I didn't even know why.
That's
but
how
I
it
did.
work.
They used to fight. All my light skinned homies used to fight a lot. Like
True
why y'all
story,
niggas fight
G.
so much.
Look.
Y'all bruise easily.
You remember, you know TJ too. You know my
Yeah.
cousin TJ. You remember TJ the one came in here. And I love TJ to death. But TJ is 0-8,000 against me. It just is what it is.
Okay.
My little cousin love him. It's how it happened for the little cousin. But this is a true story.
8,000.
8,000 and 0. And 0.
Gotta stop beating
Right?
on people too.
No, but I stopped early. I love that boy. But listen.
After 8,000
Listen,
times, shit.
Listen, this is true though.
right,
I'm
come
telling
on.
you a true story.
Come
I
on.
get into an argument with a dude, right? And we about to box. And the nigga wanted with me. He think he got a shot. You know what I mean? I'm about to mollywop this motherfucker. I know what it is. He don't know what it is. We didn't end up fighting. But the very next day, TJ got into it with the motherfucker. And I saw him cower to TJ in a way. I said, nigga, you thought you
And you
could
tried
do
me yesterday?
Oh my God. I couldn't, but it was a color complex. Like he flat out was afraid of TJ. I said, boy, you got life
But he was
fucked
trying
up.
it with you though.
You got life all the way fucked up. cuz.
TJ ain't but 2 shades darker than you.
No, TJ brown skin nigga, it's still different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just was interesting to me to watch that play out. Like,
Hey, that's true though.
you got this fucked up, fam.
That's true though. My brown skin has saved me.
It works.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen, brown skinned people
Yeah, no doubt.
happily watch the tennis match.
You know I love
between
you.
light skinned and dark skinned
Brown
people.
Yeah, I've always
Oftentimes
been in the middle.
instigating
I've
it.
always been in the middle.
They be like,
I instigate everything. It's not because I wasn't the darkest person in my class and I wasn't the lightest person in my class. It's because I instigate everything. It's just what I do.
what you do.
Yeah, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, if it happens around me, I just gas it up. Like that's just it.
He does that often.
It's a product of me growing up in a house with 5 boys in it. Like we just used to gas it. Like soon as somebody say something like, "Hey, bro, he in here woofing at you."
He'll
man."
beat your
He
ass.
said, "You won't do shit, man." And then eventually, like the first they might try to ignore it, but you gotta gas it enough until they respond to it. It's like, yes, we got us one. We got us one. Like you just gas. I told you a story about how they let me and Matt fight like 3:00 in the morning at Hayes on 63rd. Like, and they just gassed the whole thing the whole time. That's all we did was gas each other up to get pissed off at the other one.
I don't know what this means. Alvin says Cassiopeia sounds like hot coffee espresso with cream.
So you gotta excuse
Oh,
Alvin.
that's- yeah, you gotta.
Alvin,
Alvin,
is,
stop
Alvin is
right
now. Alvin is the
Because look at
ISWIS comedian.
Cassie. Cassie like, oh,
Alvin and Cherie are our resident comedians at the
Alvin
ISWIS
shooting
family.
from the 3.
Alvin be putting shots up, Jack.
You gotta shoot
full
baby.
court. He jacking it up.
So is he coming at my voice? What's happening?
Hey, he
Who
rolled
knows
off the
what
pick
Alvin's
and let that
coming at?
motherfucker
Okay.
fly.
We have no idea.
Ain't no telling what Alvin coming at, but give him time. He will make it very clear to you. He ain't shot. Okay? He ain't shot. So
Alvin be watching us too. I love
Hey,
it.
Herb.
But you know,
Yes, sir.
people act different from this show to ours.
yes,
Heard
a
that-
unique
that-
experience.
They
here.
reserved on y'all show?
Yes.
Yeah,
See, we got the
hey,
hood
they
nigga.
gassed
All
it up.
black power.
Right,
and
even Alvin is
go
reserved.
vegan.
And I was like, hey,
Yeah.
how are you all doing, Brother Sadiq?
I cannot wait to eat this. I cannot wait to try this vegan mac.
Right, and then he get on y'all's show and he just letting it
Where it
rain.
Yeah, I
This
think-
mug, he just went in on me.
I
real
think people
fast.
just, they check out the other shows and hop in the conversation, but they save the foolery for I said what I said, and it all just comes out right there. Like I've been holding this in all day, and they just come on out.
Hey, but the gas up is real though. Like because I mean that's real because you ain't even gotta. Somebody could be like, hey man, do you know where this address is? And then gotta be like, gee, he just called you stupid. He just flat out said you're the dumbest person in this
Absolutely.
room. But I mean, go
Can't
ahead.
escape our egos, man.
I-
It's just natural to male life, man.
I guess
it's very
so
difficult
much-
to escape our egos.
I was this close to getting somebody banned from What's in It for the Black People Media Studios last week because I just couldn't stop gassing something.
Yes, you were.
I just
You
couldn't
absolutely
stop
were.
gassing it. And Big Lavender was pissed.
But low key, when you stopped gassing, I started gassing.
Because it's
I don't give a fuck. Push the button, G. Push the button.
Because it's fun.
Who's
It's fun.
Big Lavender?
Maze is big.
Maze is
Lavender.
Big Lavender.
Yes, they was calling them Big Red from like Fat Harpies. But
See, you got to watch the
call
show.
them Big Lavender.
Yeah, we changed it up. We get nicknames for everybody.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
See, you
y'all
want some
agree.
motherfucking points up in here and try to act like I don't be seeing the
Intellectual
show.
thuggery. Get his
Just
ass.
try
Don't let him
come
talk to
for
you
me.
like that.
This
Oh,
is
Larry.
not-
Don't let
this
him
is
talk
not
to
our
Larry.
My
show.
co-host.
It's all
Don't let him
coming
talk to you
out.
like that. Don't let him talk to you
Love
like
you,
that.
Cassie.
I love
Don't let him talk
you.
to you like no. Don't let him come back with that easy.
Yeah,
I love you,
that
Cassie.
love
Don't let him
shit.
come
Get that
no,
love
don't
shit
let
outta
him talk to
here.
you like that. He only talk to you like that because you're a woman. If you were a man, he would not speak to you
He's
like that.
gassing you up right now. You recognize it, right? See the
I'm
technique?
just saying, I just wouldn't go for it if I was you.
Don't go for the bait.
Absolutely.
What's
He
water?
talk shit all day.
He said, what's water?
Listen, we gotta take a break when we come back from break.
Nigga talk about broccoli.
This nigga talking about broccoli. We gotta take a break. When we come back from break, we're gonna tell y'all a little bit about some Christmas spirit. Find out what y'all into. I'm gonna explain this sweater, and I got some matching pants, so I'm not even gonna lie. It's not just this whack ass sweater.
Yeah, this
I got
nigga is
the
looking
whole
wild.
Outfit. It's busting out here, but I'm in the spirit, and I just got a wonderful gift, and I'm gonna talk about that.
Did you
as-
take your
Shout out.
pictures? Did you take the family photos yet?
Not yet.
The
not
serious
yet.
photos?
That's later. That's later.
Who you taking the serious photos with?
We'll be right back after this. Collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Minding our black-owned business. We're hanging out this morning with Michael Drayton. We're talking money. Talk to me about investments and your viewpoint on Robinhood and somebody looking to get started in investments.
The Robinhood phenomenon is an app that was initially created so that people can sort of get involved in stocks by buying what's called partial shares, right? At one point, Tesla's stock was over 1,000, heading up some ridiculous price, 2,000, and it split, right? Perhaps the share was too expensive for the average person to buy one share. So Robinhood said, let them buy $50 worth of this particular share to give them access. People started doing what is called trading, which is what I do. Trading is primarily short-term holding. You enter the stock, hope it goes up, and you take the money out. Or I won't get into some of the other strategies. So what this phenomena did create is a new class of investors that took Wall Street off guard. Basically, it was all of this new money coming in. And a lot of the money came in from the stimulus checks, by the way, because people were at home and they needed something to do. They weren't as privy to DraftKings as they are now, because DraftKings is a betting application. Two things. Anytime you get money, whether it's $1 and I can't give specifics out for legal reasons, but there's only two ways you're really making money. You're making money based on appreciation, or you're making money based upon interest coming in. If you're looking for income streams, you have to find money that is paying interest. If you're looking to hold long term, you want to look at more equity long positions with the hopes of the market going up, which is why people buy real estate. Robinhood is but one application that is able to do that. Underlining issues are Wall Street sort of dismissed the Robinhood culture when it started. They're uneducated investors. They don't know what they're doing. They're just following the trend or whoever. And what happened is Robinhood investors ended up creating this scenario where the market started going up because there's so much buying going on and so much activity going in.
WIFTPM.
What is happening, good people? Welcome back. We are live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Toussaint Warner. My name is Herb Howard. This is I Said What I Said on a Christmas Eve Thursday. Hope y'all are feeling well. Hope y'all are in the spirit. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas traditionally, I hope you are still in the holiday spirit, some way, shape, or form. I don't traditionally celebrate Christmas, not the way I came to learn it growing up, but I do still observe the holiday season. I enjoy it. It's fun, and I do partake. And today I am I'm in this ugly ass sweater. That is what I'm in.
And the pants to match. Don't forget the pants to match.
I definitely got the pants to match.
You definitely got the pants to match.
So the pants are probably worse than the sweater.
They are.
Because the pants, like the sweater's like part this and then part's like a regular thing. The pants is all this.
Yeah. It was a set for sure. It definitely was a set.
Oh, for sure. I bought it for some ugly Christmas thing a few years ago, and this is the second time I've worn it. So there's
Definitely
that.
a set.
Yeah.
Definitely a set, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling it though, man. I am absolutely in the spirit, even though, like I said, I don't really celebrate it that way, but this is absolutely my thing. Also, it's her about
Randomals.
Hey, is that what we going with this, Candace?
I wonder if you think we can hook the phone lines up? You think Florida
You know what I wanted to tell you earlier?
What's that?
That I was watching the Ruthie Moore show this morning, and Shannon called.
Really?
Ready Rock called.
Oh, they be calling Ruthie, huh?
Yeah, they called Ruthie this morning. Now,
scared to call our show?
In full disclosure, they was giving shit away this morning.
Oh, that's what this punk ass was on trying to get the deal.
They was giving shit away this morning
up.
when Shannon and Ready Rock called. But Shannon and Ready Rock definitely called the Ruthie Moore show this morning. I said, well, check this out. Tubi trying to get them to call all the time, and they do not go for it.
They be scared, G.
I said, I can't wait to tell them. Did you see Lil Ron on the show this morning?
I did see Lil Ron.
Lil Ron was on the network this morning. I said, is that Lil Ron on the Book of Dawn?
Yeah, they're giving Lil Ron way too much leeway, G. He's feeling himself.
He is feeling himself.
Trying to use big words and everything.
He done already got him a car. Now he is Brock. Now he live on the network.
Yeah, he gonna have a date tonight. It's
gonna
be going down.
Then he gonna be engaged tomorrow.
That's true. Date tonight, engaged tomorrow.
Lil Ron
back next week.
Lil Ron fall in love quick, Jack.
He does, G.
He don't be playing no games.
I think that's a young thing though, right? And what's after y'all? What's after the millennials?
I really don't know, my G.
Yeah, me neither. But after y'all bad.
I think it's Gen X.
Gen X.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think it's funny, man. Even in the Cassie show, they was talking about eating healthy and being green, and one of the analogies they made was that, if you're an 85-year-old dude, or Sadiqa said he had made an 80-year-old dude who's still getting down, But I think that when I look back, like in the lineage as the new generations come about, I think there's we got to talk about this a little bit though, like this level of sexual repression that's happening in our communities. Like I don't think the dudes is having that much sex. I don't think the women is having that much sex either.
That's real.
And I think it adds to the anger, and I think it adds to the frustration that we see in our lives. You know what I mean? It's real interesting to pay attention to it from the outside looking in. G, like and you know, not that my son is 15. Not that I'm trying to rush my son into doing nothing, and I know he's interested in girls, but his level of interest versus my level of interest.
Yeah,
how I was moving at 15 versus how he was moving at 15.
Yeah,
it's like worlds apart.
Yeah, I jumped off that porch early.
Yeah, even in my nephews who are a little bit older, like they might be in their early 20s right now, and it's like, nigga, you handsome. Nigga, you know, you got your whole life ahead of you. What you doing?
Yeah. No, it was a
what
whole.
You doing?
It was a whole problem. Like that was why I went to the high school I went to. Like I was gonna go to Simeon with all my guys that I went to grammar school with, and because they had a better football team and everything else, I was gonna go there. But one, my brother already went to Whitney Young, and I knew a lot of people there. Mm-hmm. But then two, once I went there, and I had been around the school for a long time, and I started to see the girls that went to Whitney Young, it was over with. It's a different level.
You know, Young gets labeled as having the chicks.
Oh, it is the premier high school in the city of Chicago for.
I guess it depends on what you like. You said I was hood the other day, so you know maybe that's what my thing.
No. Listen,
because Hyde Park and CVS is where I kicked it.
Listen to me, G. It's a different
level.
I
know. So Young is the Beasley chick, right? I went to school with the Beasley girls, and they just elevated to the Young girls. I get it.
It's a different
level.
When
I was in high school, I was like, man, get out of here.
I'm saying on any given Tuesday, ain't nothing going on. You just walking through the hall. They got on mini skirts, heels, blouses. This is every single day, dog. Like every single day, this is how they dress and just walking around the school like we at the club. I swear to God, every single day. Now I knew a bunch of cold chicks that went to, Morgan Park, Simeon, Chaz, like. But it was just a different thing. Like, they was fine, but they was like jeans and Air Ones fine. This was like leather skirt, stiletto situation just on a Wednesday in high school. It was just the regular shit, man. So I was like, I'm going to go there, fam. I'm going to go there.
I got my cousin talking about my nephew saying the same thing. Like, this fool got a plethora of options, and I'm trying to keep them open. I call him Deacon P. It's my little cousin, man. He used to look like a deacon when we was young. So he done grew up, and his nickname is Deacon P. Deacon P, don't do it, man. Listen to Uncle 2, G. Keep them options open, boy.
Oh, you definitely got to keep your options open. Kenwood, too. I ain't hating on Kenwood. Kenwood definitely had their selection.
Hyde Park, Kenwood.
But it was not the same.
Somebody told me not to send my son to Kenwood just for that sheer fact that he would not be able to concentrate.
Oh no, they have a lovely selection.
And don't get me wrong, like I think he's a hot boy. Mm-hmm. I just don't. Again, and this goes back to the socialization factor, right? Like they didn't live their whole lives online. Like they meet people on Instagram and Facebook. So in real life, they don't know how to interact. Right. Like even when like I got family members or he got a little, he said ain't his girlfriend, but she be over the crib. Right. That's his girlfriend, right? But they be over at the crib, he playing the video game and she sitting in the phone. I be like, what the fuck is you here for?
Different.
It's some different shit. Like they don't know how to engage one another. You know what I mean? So I know that makes it very difficult to close a deal.
Yeah, we were closing deals, Jack. Like, we was
deals were getting closed.
We were closing deals, and it was simple. It was just me and my brothers, and so all of us were like, "Y'all trying to kick it tonight? Let's kick it tonight." Everybody pull out their phone, invite one of your girls, and tell her to bring like 3 of hers. Next thing you know, it's like 20 girls and it's 5 niggas, and we just hanging out. And you can't lose. Like,
you always had that.
You can sit there and not say nothing all night. Just wait to see who's not leaving.
So
you can't lose.
I'm assuming y'all had the house in the neighborhood where everybody came to kick it since it's 5 boys.
Yeah, everybody was there to kick it.
Yeah, so it's always that one house in the neighborhood where everybody could just go and you just got like freedom.
My OG just didn't want us like in the streets. So as much as comfortable as she could make the crib for us to stay home, that's what she did. So like, yeah, y'all friends can come over. Like I was telling you about those New Year's parties I had. I started having those parties at like 16. Like just wild ass New Year's parties, right? And my mama would just be like, okay, I don't want you outside. Have the party here, right? And so have the party here, right? My mama boyfriend at the time stayed across the street. So, and like, he owned the building across the street.
So y'all kick it off and mama go across the street?
Yeah, because he owned that building. So the whole basement was like a lounge, like dead. That's why I got the concept for how I wanted to do my basement, right? From hanging out in that one. And so they would be across the street kicking it, having their little old folks party. And we'd be across the street going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nanny and Granddaddy, who was not my nanny and my granddaddy, but the neighborhood nanny and granddaddy, and they just Fonz and Boog. They had the basement, which essentially became an apartment for every neighborhood boy. It was the basement. You know what I
Orgies
mean?
on mama couch, cute.
Yeah, it was wild, man. It was wild.
I'm not really saying that. I'm not saying that, but I'm not really saying that. But no, it was just a good time, man. We used to have fun, and you know.
So it's just creating or exploring the differences of how these kids grow up. And I see it a little bit with my son now. Like he's starting to venture out.
Yeah.
Like when they go hang out, they used to go to 53rd Street. Like that used to be their spot.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to go downtown to the little, I'm assuming that little skate park area right there on Roosevelt.
Yeah.
You know, but he's starting to venture out away from the neighborhood a little bit. But I remember like my teen years, man, we was burning the north side down. You understand me? Like hip hop was just kind of coming into play in the city of Chicago in the way that it was like being played on radio and at clubs and shit.
Why do I think BT is clowning me? I
And the
think
north
Brandon
side
is
was
clowning me right
cracking.
now. I think Brandon Tomlin, Terrence's brother, is clowning me right now.
What'd he say?
He's at my sweater. He's being very, very sarcastic about my sweater.
You deserve it, G. That sweater's trash.
You have to expect it when you come in. Right?
Hey, that sweater's trash.
You got to expect.
You wore that on purpose.
And, of course. And y'all came when I first came in. Y'all came through with some jokes that was a little funny. I'm like, no, y'all could do way better than that. And then you came through with one that I couldn't help but crack up. So I expect them to keep coming, man. That's why I put it on there. Let's have a good time.
Kimmy Pryor said, "Y'all so Southside." I went to Lane
This
Tech,
the
which
worst
was
part.
probably
First of all,
Lane.
pause that. What he's about to
Did
say.
you
about
say
Lane Tech.
you used to hang out? You
Just-
hang out in Lane?
Nah, we was in the same football conference. I used to go crazy on them niggas. But whatever he's about to say about the women, let's just pause that for a second. But let's talk. This is the ugliest part of the sweater right here. This fucking elbow patch.
pads?
I don't know.
But I love the elbow pads
elbow
though.
patches
Like
make
when
it sad.
I got some polo shirts with the elbow pads, they fly to me. But I drop bleach on them and I don't wear it no more. Got a bleach stain on it.
What is this?
But it was super fly to me.
What is this? What is this rhetoric about Lane Tech, man? Y'all so
Yeah.
Southside. I went to Lane Tech, which y'all probably think is in Wisconsin. Oh, nah. I mean, Lane Tech is cool. Like
Now we be aware of that shit. We just don't give it no honor.
they was in our football conference, man. The first time I went to Lane Tech, I was shook as hell. Like I'm talking about to go play the game, not shook at the school. We walk in there, we pull our school bus up, and you walk in. It's this big field. It's like enclosed by the cement wall all the way around the thing.
Like
And
a
there's-
prison.
Yeah, just like a prison. And there's a huge steel green door. And they open the door, let you in. As soon as the last person come in, they close that bitch back. Boom. We like, we stuck in here? Like, and I'm like, oh my God. And they was like, we got there early, so they was like still in like their last period, like gym class, like running around the track. And Cash is like, we finna beat y'all out. They finna fuck y'all up. Woo, woo. I'm like, freshman, I'm like, man, this is different.
This is different.
This is different. But yeah, you know, that was always cool to play Lane Tech. I ain't mad at Lane Tech, but I thought he was finna hop into this throw Lane Tech in the ring for having, you know, the best high school.
Lane
girls.
Tech had a lot of Hispanics, didn't they?
I don't really know the demographics that well. They had a lot of everything. It was white, it was some blacks, it was some Hispanics, it was a mixture at Lane Tech. I mean, it was a mixture at Whitney Young, but
Whitney Young is predominantly white at this point. I thought that was amazing, man. I just figured that out, just found that out recently, man. That's wild to me.
yeah, it wasn't hella black when I was there.
It was black though. It's been the majority black. It was the majority black population.
Whitney Young is one of those places where whatever you are, you'll think it's a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you a black athlete, then it's a lot of black athletes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are a tech geek, then it's a lot of tech geeks. And I don't mean that negatively. I think it's cool to be a geek and a nerd, right? But it's a lot
The
of
ladies in the comments want you to stand up and model the pants to your joint, to your outfit. It's like a onesie. It's like a matching onesie set.
It's not a onesie. Why would you
But
say
it looks like a onesie.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm
Hey,
a
Curie definitely had a lot of
like a
Hispanics.
stripper or something. Nah, I ain't on that. But we'll see. Anyway, stand up. We need to see the full fit. Stop being managed, Candace. Trying to see my print, man.
That's what it is. You got the buttons on the back of that onesie. G. That shit out of here. That shit out of here. But
Well, no, we had like this. It was a dance team. I imagine it's still there. It's always been there. It's called Guys and Dolls.
yeah, that ain't just Whitney Young though.
Well, it started at Whitney Young.
So
Guys and Dolls.
I think Guys and Dolls. I don't think it started young. I can't
bet
say
you
for
it did.
sure.
I bet you it started. at
But
Whitney Young.
it's kind of like the what the fuck is the name of that shit? You know the bougie ass cotillion thing they be
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
What's that called?
I don't know.
But it's-
Cotillion, I thought it
think-
was called.
Yeah, but it's part of something. It's like Jack and Jill type.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is,
Jack and Jill,
So
something,
Guys
yeah.
and Dolls was like an offshoot of that shit. Because Guys and Dolls been around since I was a young kid. Like even before you was at Whitney Young.
Yeah. Oh no, Guys and Dolls was at Whitney Young way before I was there. Like you know what I'm saying. So I don't know where it came from, but either way, they got Guys and Dolls at Whitney Young, and
I know it.
I
know it well.
It just used to go down, man. It used to go down. It was a fun place to go to school. I'll say that it was a very, very fun place to go to school, and I just wasn't like. People like you telling your little cousin, like, keep your options open. That was me in high school. I'll pick one. Are you nuts? What I like picking one of y'all? It's the 1,000 of y'all walking around. I graduated with 450 people in my class. Like, I ain't no way in hell I'm finna pick one.
And I'm not saying one way or the other way is right. I'm just saying I recognize the difference. Like, our whole goal in life was to be hot boys. It really was.
I'm saying you too young. I am saying it's a right or wrong way. I'm saying you are too damn young to be like, I'm so serious. Now, I do know a couple people who married their high school sweetheart. My brother did. He was on the show a couple weeks ago. Him and his wife been together since they was like sophomores in high school, right?
Said her sweater looked like when the cranberry sauce touched the green.
That's good.
That's
good. That is good, man. Funny always trumps offensive, man. As long if you gonna joke on my sweater, at least I just make it funny. That's all I want. Just make it funny. You know what I'm saying? So I'm I know some people do marry their high school sweetheart, but that's so doggone rare. And these kids be so in love and so serious about this thing. Like, I'm not serious. Every Friday night, the whole squad to be giving their jerseys to what girl gonna wear they jersey to the game and sit in the stands. Now I'm giving my jersey to my mama. Ain't none of y'all chicks finna wear my jersey. You crazy? Nobody gets this jersey. But they would show it. Can I get your? Hell no, shorty, beat it.
But I think the context is changing. I think the context of relationships in general is changing, like the value of them, and that might be adding to that point that Celine made about the feminization of America, right? So one, we cannot deny the fact that we do see a uptick. Oh, here's a topic of conversation, man, and it goes right along with this. There is this kind of huge uptick in like homosexual behavior, and it's not just amongst men; it's even amongst young women, right? So. This is a whole nother subject, but I remember, man, I was doing this program in this little, I ain't gonna say the name of the high school, but I'm standing in the class, and imagine I'm a grown man doing a program in the high school, right? And this young high school girl walks up right next to me and said, "Mr. Warner, look at her ass."
Wow.
I felt so uncomfortable, right? But outside of the discomfort that I felt in that moment, just because of the disrespect of the position I was in,
right?
What I was really tripping on was like that was like my first foray into the high school world per se as an adult.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Strange too.
And I saw like boys that was like openly homosexual when it was just everybody was good. You know what I'm saying? Girl, like I said, the girl was on it like, look at this and look. It was just open. It was kind of just open behavior. But even in regards to like the heterosexual relationships, it plays out very differently. Like I don't know, man. It's just different. You know what I mean? It's like it really is boyfriend and girlfriend. And for my demographic at that age, it wasn't boyfriend girlfriend.
Now we wasn't on that, shorty.
You know what I mean? It's like
we can talk.
I'm gonna holler at you when I holler at you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see you when I see you. But on another note,
we used to use ignorant language like a starting five.
I was reading a post today that's true too.
Yeah.
I was reading a post today from some brothers I went to college with, and they was talking about the experiences that their daughters are having and engaging in relationships, and they had kids earlier than I do, so their daughters are like, late high school, early college kind of deal. And they were talking about how the girls, and they girls, and they was talking about how in their demographic, the girls have kind of sworn off black men. Like they have a goal of engaging white guys. You know what I mean? And this is like a conversation that they've been having like from father to daughter a lot. And the openness in which they was communicating about that shit was kind of like, it took me aback. Like, God damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, we talk about how the media is kind of pushing this kind of interracial relationships context in the commercials.
Fully
and you start to see it's more geared toward the black woman being the black counterpart of the interracial relationship.
100%.
And, I guess structurally, I never thought about this, but I got a daughter. You know what I mean? And just hearing them talk about it in the way they was talking about it, I was like, damn, I wonder, granted, she's not in that world. She's not thinking about how she sees the world. You know what I mean? Like, does that play out in her mind? Like, because I think about when we were shorties.
Oh, my God.
When I was a kid, like, white people was like Bigfoot. People who not from Chicago wouldn't understand this. But when I was a kid, like, you heard about them, but you ain't seen them. You know what I mean? White people did not live in my neighborhoods. They didn't frequent the stores that we frequent. They wasn't engaging around the stuff that we engaged around. Like, legitimately, the only time we saw white people being from the South Side of Chicago in my moment in time was when we went to Hyde Park. That was the only place white people were at in Chicago. Like, they were on 53rd Street, and outside of that, they was like Bigfoot. You heard about them, but they didn't exist.
That's real.
You ain't seen them.
That's
You know
real.
what I mean? So how we shaped our world vision was through the lens of blackness. Right? So even when you hear women talking about, man, black men love white women, that shit was foreign to me.
Like who? Where?
Where?
Which ones?
Because the only time I saw white women in my community was somebody was robbing their ass. Even on the fake date shit, it was like it's the come up.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you go to Wisconsin for a weekend and hustle and you come back with the white girl.
Right.
Yeah, so you can put the dope in her trunk. Right, I get it. But other than that, they didn't really have any value like that in our community. You
That's
know what
way
I mean?
too real. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But it's real though.
That is way
if
too
you
real.
from the hood, you know that's how it played
That's
out.
way too real.
Right? But they didn't really have any intrinsic value in our neighborhoods. But now there's like this shift where we not having the intrinsic value and they are showing up in these valuable positions.
You know, that's a very, very real thing, man. I remember when I did get to high school, and because definitely wasn't no white girls in my grammar school on 73rd and Jeffries. Like, only time I saw white people in my neighborhood, like, they was clucks. If you saw a white person, cluck for sure, right? You know what I'm saying? So when I got to high school, started seeing them, like, it was like, do I? Because a couple of them was like nice looking. Like, I talked to this one, she lived out, but she lived in Beverly, right? But we would talk a lot, and she was super slugging. Like, I'm not even lying to you. Like, not like grading her on a curve because she's white. She was super slugging. Volleyball player. Like, we would go to we would sit and watch the volleyball games just before we had to go outside or whatever, just because they'd be out there in them shorts. So we just sit there and act a fool until the volleyball coach would be like, y'all got to get y'all ass out of here. Y'all fucking with my girls. We losing because y'all in here clowning. Like, go outside. Go practice or something. So, but no, it was definitely a different thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I always find it strange how anybody gets to this place where they like, you know, I don't want to date anybody of my own race. I only want to date exclusively somebody from another race. That's weird to me. Now, I'm not saying to exclude nobody, but to exclusively date outside the race is strange to me.
Well, I'm excluding. Beulah says she tried to date a pink toe in high school. He came to my house in Inglewood one time.
He came to your house in Inglewood?
It didn't end well. Where was you at Inglewood? Like, was that what, East Inglewood, or was that deep West Inglewood? Because that's a different experience.
It's a little different, but it's still Inglewood. And
still Inglewood.
And the fact that he came, he should have got some brownie points for that.
Hey, man, he's safe in Inglewood. Ain't nobody gonna touch him.
That should have been a box trip.
Man, please. He was the safest motherfucker in Inglewood that day. Please believe that. They know that. They fully understand that.
I don't know, G, because they didn't come around, G. Like, they didn't come around. Unless they was clucking, they didn't care. Like,
but that's, and I also want to be clear, like my experience in Chicago being as segregated as it is, I recognize that was like, that there's a difference there, right? You know, as I began to travel and get up outside of Chicago a lot, I started to realize that a lot of black men did have an affinity for white women. You know what I mean? And it was confusing to me because that's just not the culture here. You know what I mean? But I remember being in spaces like L.A., and, you know, you can go to a club and, you know, everybody in L.A. is trying to be pretty because everybody in L.A. is trying to be in show business in some kind of way. And it'll be 8,000 black women there and 2 white women, and every man in there being them 2 white women. Like, I used to be appalled by that shit, but I realized how different that culture was.
she say Motown, 57th to Honorary.
Oh, shit. Versus the culture of
You all well self?
the South Side of Chicago. You know what I mean? It was a very different thing, man. So it's just interesting. It was very interesting to see how those dynamics play out in different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did. I dig that, man. We gotta take a break. I think I might actually open this. I'll tell y'all about this in a minute when we come back from break. But I might actually open. You gonna have some?
No, I'm not.
Just a little bit.
I'll have a little bit.
All right, cool. That's all we want.
I'm lying.
Just a half a shot.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll see about
I'll
it. We gotta
take a little bit.
Y'all know you with the shits.
All right, nigga, y'all gonna be driving me home. Let's go.
That's true too. Listen, we gotta take a break. When we come back, we'll jump more into the conversation. Happy, merry, I don't really be on that, but happy holidays, man, on this particular Christmas Eve. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We hope you all are feeling good, feeling well, and dressed a little bit better than me, but I'm good. We'll be right back after this.
Christian Critic Relationship Hour with Gina B. Why you are not married. Number one, you ain't all that. I know that's hard for y'all to swallow. I don't look as good as my 22-year-old self. People need to realize that. You just ain't all that. And I get it. I got this master's degree. I went to this school, that school. I worked hard for this job, for this house. And then she over there got that man, and you don't have one. Men are very simple creatures. So, ladies, for you very accomplished ladies, I got some advice for them.
What's that?
I always say it like this. You can write this one down. Be a kitten, not a cat. What does that mean, Chris?
What does that mean?
You ever played with a kitten? It's real friendly. It almost acts like a puppy. And you want to play with it. You want to come look at the little kitty. It just makes you feel good. Now, have you ever seen an adult cat? When it feels like it, it might rub against your leg and move away. But is that men like kittens?
Kittens will play with anybody. A cat is particular.
Listen, what did we learn? Men are very simple creatures.
Right.
You can fool us. We want you to laugh at our dumb jokes. So all you super smart women out there, you good looking women, you see a guy you like, you guys do make it out on a date. He actually pays for the date. When you're actually with that person, the dialogue is happening, the dinner is happening. You say, okay, this might work, this might work. It would help if you act a little blind.
Oh my God, Becky.
I mean, you're going to hear me say that a lot. I mean, be nice too.
So you
hear the worst joke ever, but if you sort of like them, laugh at it. There you go. Hey, it's a lot of married women out there. If we got any married women chiming in.
Look,
if I'm telling a lie,
that one's a fake laugh.
Let me know. Right.
What you're saying is that we should cater to the male ego, and that's what's ultimately going to get us married.
I'm first saying recognize that I think some of us, more women than men, look in the mirror.
Uh-huh.
You ever seen a little lion look in the mirror and see somebody real big? They see somebody a little more fine than what they are. And I'm not calling anybody ugly, so I'm not here to bash anybody.
Let's look at Middle America, okay? Middle America is not attractive.
They're not?
Middle America is largely married.
Okay, I think we're on the same page then. People sort of, we get stuck to reality shows sometime and think we're supposed to have, I got a degree in a house, so I'm supposed to have Idris Elba or his twin.
Well, I mean, have you noticed, okay, so you remember your friends from high school, right? And you remember how they had all of these qualifications for, if she's going to lock me down, she got to be this, that. She's got to have an ass like that.
That's all we really looked at. Stop right there. You had me at. That's really, what are men? Simple creatures. We want to be fed. We want you to laugh at us, give us some, and that's it. To get us.
You are tuned in to Minding Our Black-Owned Business. We have now one team.
You and Michael talked about some key steps. Basically, the project needed insurance. I'm now in the space of commercial real estate and trying to understand what that looks like. And so I have a wonderful, normal insurance person that, when I'm doing events and stuff, that covers it. Yep. But what happened is when you have commercial real estate, there's different insurance you need. And when you're getting a loan, my bank wanted 133% of the actual loan project covered, right? And this number was high in the six figures. We got the quotes from bigger companies like the State Farms and the Countryside and all of them. That's who they were with. I was getting back prices like between $11,000 and $15,000 for like a 6-month policy, for a construction policy. And we got to eat this ridiculous amount of money. And mind you, it's COVID. My company, there's no money coming in. Everything was stopped. I'm like, we got to do it. We got to get this insurance. Michael did that post. And with me, I'm always trying to support not just Black, but my own. If I know you, it's a trust thing, right?
Yep.
So I immediately, as soon as I sent that post, I text Mike. I'm like, dude, can you do this? And it was like a Saturday night. He hit Junior. Really? I'm like, give me that contract right now, Junior. We good. And I mean, literally, I didn't know that because we're so used to hearing brands doing insurance. What I've learned during COVID is to stop and really read. I love the pictures and everything, but when you start to read the context, like people be like, when Michael or people are putting stuff and they're saying, are you really reading?
Right.
Or are you just going along with everybody saying congratulations and filtering the first thing that pops up that Facebook wants you to say? And Michael has coached me in so many things that literally saved me money. And I wanted people to know, especially when you're getting into commercial mixed use, if it's property, you need someone with insurance. My insurance person told us, she says, it's best to go through someone like Michael, but people don't know those companies exist because what happens is they would actually solicit Michael for pricing. Then Michael would give them a price, then Country Time put their pricing on it, and then the agent has to put their prices on it, and that's why you get triple the cost.
Right.
Everybody's hand is in it because they're reaching out to brokers.
WIFTVPM.
Doc said that ain't paranoia, that's anxiety. Either way, I can feel when people watching me. I don't know if it's the women or if it's the clothes. When I walk inside the room, these haters get exposed. I hit my dance on a hater, they don't like that. I've been grinding for a minute, fell into a bag. Had to sacrifice a lot to pop a couple tags. I done sacrificed a lot to pop a couple tags. Yeah, post-traumatic, ready for all the static. For the bird, I become addict. I jump in the trap like a rabbit. Pardon the cliche, but dummies ain't getting it these days. I'm leaving them all with the freeze face. Like, what did he really just tell me? Every other month I want 100 grand. Steady spinning like a ceiling fan. Habits you can never understand. Lost pops, I became a man. Had no choice, I had to represent. Life took him by his right hand. Haven't trust nobody ever since. Doubt that I can never trust again. Doc said that ain't paranoia, that's anxiety. Either way, I can feel when people watching me. I don't know if it's the women or if it's the clothes. When I walk inside the room, these haters get exposed. I hit my dance on these haters, they don't like that. I've been grinding for a minute, fell into a bag. Had to sacrifice a lot to pop a couple tags. I done sacrificed a lot to pop a couple tags. Deeper than rap shit, the drama becoming so rapid. Try not to panic, I'm different, I'm able to manage. Smoke it on lean sip, when I said it go, man, I can't miss. Never see me not focused, third eye been open. Safe to say I got my ish together, if it ever happened, then it's going down. Call me coach, but I don't play around. Got some issues and you know it now. Steady loading up the mind now, and I can leave my daughter, she the only child. Say the crazy tend to go around, I've been diagnosed for months now. Doc said that ain't paranoia, that's anxiety. Either way, I can feel when people watching me. I don't know if it's the women or if it's the clothes. When I walk inside the room, these haters get exposed. I hit my dance on these haters, they don't like that. I've been grinding for a minute, fell into a bag. Had to sacrifice a lot to pop a couple tags. I done sacrificed a lot to pop a couple tags. If I had to, I would do it all again. Just to give it all to the fam. Habits you can never understand. Lost pops, I became a man. Putting on for my hood, yeah. Putting on for my fam, yeah. Putting on for my hood, yeah. Putting on for my fam, yeah.
Peace to the fam, peace to the fam. We appreciate y'all so much for being here with us on this Christmas Eve edition of I Said What I Said. Herb and 2 here with you till 6. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you all for rocking out with us. Shout out to Flo behind the glass in the production studio doing the hard work. What's up, Flo? You good, brother?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right on, Ken. You coming over here for this shot or what, man?
Yes, sir. Y'all ready?
Yeah, you handling some business calls or something over there. You want to delay this shot? Cool. You go ahead and get that popping. If you just tuned in, this is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest most of the time. I don't know how fine it is today, but it is intellectual and it is thuggery, I suppose, on this here Christmas Eve edition. Hope y'all feeling good. Hope y'all been hanging out with the network all day. Got up early with the Maze Jackson show starring the one and only Ruthie Moore. Then the Ruthie Moore took her talents to South Beach and
South Beach, Ohio.
Yeah, and took the point chair for the Book of Dawn. Again, continue to keep Don and Wilbur, the entire Millhouse family, lifted up as they continue to deal with the loss of Wilbur's mother, Don's mother-in-law.
Absolutely,
just yesterday.
Definitely want to send the condolences.
Definitely keep them lifted up. Send your sincere
condolences.
And
Flo just mentioned too, man. He just lost his sister-in-law too. So we want to send the condolences out to Flo.
Yeah, man.
He lost his sister-in-law due to COVID. Bro.
I didn't know that. You know what, Flo, come over here, bro. Yeah, no, this is always a very, very, very tough time to lose a loved one, right? Like, it's holiday season. You're looking forward to being around your people, and then to lose a loved one in the middle of such a season, kind of just like, it's like a double hit. You know what I'm saying? It's already sad whether you lose somebody in June or December, but when it's holiday season, it kind of hits a little bit different. And so it's like a double hit. It's kind of like deflating. So, condolences certainly to Don and to Wilbur and certainly to Flo as well. Bro, you just come in here and left again? I don't know.
I think he's dealing with phone calls.
I don't know what that man is doing, man. The most is what he's doing. But anyway, man, if anybody out there is dealing with loss in this holiday season, our sincerest condolences to you and your family. We want to continue to keep them lifted up and keep you all in our thoughts and our prayers during this challenging season. It's a very, very hard time to lose loved ones. And so I know you had that experience, Flo, and we were talking about Don as well. So my sincerest condolences to you too, brother.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate y'all. Just send it to my brother, man. I know he needed. Shout out to him. He stands strong for her 2 kids. But it is what it is. It's just we growing up on the South Side.
She's young. She young. How old is she?
I don't know exact age, but she wasn't 40. I don't think she was 40. You know what I'm saying?
Tough.
Like she was in her like later 30s, but I don't think she was 40. But this COVID, this sickness, this 2020, it ain't playing fair with nobody. So you sit next to a family member, man, tell them you love them. And you arguing with your brother, your sister, your ex. If you still love your ex,
shit petty.
You still love your ex, you better call her and tell her. Call him and tell him. You mad at your son or whoever, you better call and tell him, because this shit ain't no joke out here, man.
Man,
no joke.
For the last 2 years, man, I've come to the conclusion, maybe about a year and a half or so ago, I came to the conclusion that the word tomorrow is the most arrogant word in the English language. Who the fuck are you to talk about tomorrow? Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't make no plans for 5 years, 10 years from now, next week. I'm just saying don't move in such a way that you are so stagnant about today because you are certain that you have it tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I wrote your book and I knew when you was going to die, if I was the creator or whatever, and you like, I'll do that shit. I'll call him tomorrow. Who the fuck is you, fam? I wrote this story, fam. Like, this shit could be over with today. You know what I'm saying? And you just never know. And so I've come to the conclusion that tomorrow, when misused, can be the most arrogant word in the English language. And so I just, try to remember that, try to have a sense of urgency about the things that matter, right? So making those phone calls like you were just talking about, those types of things, just try to remind myself to, like, because I got terrible phone etiquette. People would call me, and I got to call them back, And I'll be having to call your ass back for a year. You know what I'm saying? I'd just be like, damn.
Yeah, I move the same way.
Yeah, I'm dead as be thinking about them, but I just still ain't picked the phone to actually make that call. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so definitely let's do that, man. And in light of that, man, let's go ahead and dedicate these to that particular purpose. Mine and yours look like regular shots, and then two.
Don't worry, I'm in the Uber.
But you know what? I'm not judging you, bro.
I'm very comfortable.
I'm not judging you, bro, because really it's about everything is about perspective. Everything is relative, and relative to what you normally do, you really having the biggest shot ever in the world right now. Like, cause this ain't too much of nothing to me. Okay. So
nigga, I just got drunk smelling this.
I hope you get drunk for real, because we got another hour and 45 minutes here. So I hope you actually be drunk. That'd be hilarious to me. To everybody that is out there, happy holidays. If you are dealing with a lost loved one in this season, our thoughts, our prayers are with you. We send you strength. We send you love. And we are praying for you and thinking about y'all. Happy holidays to y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us, brothers. Appreciate
happy
you,
holidays.
brothers. Love y'all, man.
I got you, family.
Mazel tov.
You got to take this whole thing down.
Two, you got this much, bro. Look, you want this one?
I don't give a fuck how much you got. I'm worried about me.
Y'all look at
sip it if you want to. Jesus Christ.
Sip my cup? There we go. All right, now.
And you slam it down. On Larry. 7-4. That's hilarious. Appreciate you coming through for the shop, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Again,
I'm
condolences to your family.
Nodding. I can feel it already.
Listen, I can hear Big Lavender out there getting mad. Like, they taking shots in the studio. They gonna break something.
Big Lavender, he gonna have to deal with it. Now, that's pretty good though for whiskey. I ain't no whiskey fan. I've had whiskey before. That's smooth for whiskey.
So, if y'all was tuned into the show a few days ago, we was talking about drinks or whatever, and I was saying that actually when I was talking to Sadiq, that's what it was. And then I told you, hey, we was talking about me for I told you was talking about me for drinking like Douce and Goose, and so Beulah was like, Herb, you got to stop drinking Douce. She's like, you can't, like, she's like, drink.
I'm drinking that poor Negro shit.
Right.
She was saying.
She's like, drink. You need to be drinking this Japanese whiskey, and I'm hip to it. Like, it's not something that
Yeah, said his Sudafed took 2 out. He finna be dead. Right? Hey, I'm feeling it already.
So, anyway,
oh,
because Beulah, she don't just be popping shit. She actually be about that. She brought this for me today, man. So she brought me this Japanese whiskey, this Hibiki.
That's how you say it?
I have no idea, but that's how
Hibachi. Hibachi.
What do we say?
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You're a racist. I'm not going to do it.
So anyway, Beulah, thank you so very, very much, Principal McCloy. I am extremely grateful for this.
Shout out to Beulah.
I will be indulging in this until I go to sleep today. So I am very, very grateful for that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for bringing that by the studio. It was an absolute honor and a pleasure to actually catch up with you in person. And I'm going to see if I can get to take another half shot before we get out of here. And see how
that's
that
probably
goes.
not going to happen.
It's probably not going to work out.
Nah, it's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. I just got sleepy. No bullshit.
No, I saw it. That's what I was laughing at.
Dude, that shit is quick.
I saw it in your face,
That shit is
bro.
quick, G.
I saw it in your face.
Tell you, 2 Heinekens will have my ass taking a nap. It does it all the time.
2 Heinekens and
That's
how
how
you taking a nap?
G. If I want to really go to bed,
2 Heinekens.
2 Heinekens will lay me the fuck down to tomorrow. You understand me?
That is a damn shame, man. That is a damn shame. Brother Sadiq talking about pouring up at 6. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, man. You ain't got to wait. You ain't got to wait. What's Shannon say? 2 gonna need a ride home. Dude can't even hold cough medicine without getting sleepy. These are facts, people.
Hey, man,
These
is what it is.
are facts.
I know when to say when.
And when is that, man?
Before it starts. That's usually how it works.
Just eat those cookies. You'll be all right.
That's what I'm trying to do. Soak up the alcohol.
Soak up the alcohol. No, Beulah, I don't be careful. I throw caution to the wind. I just jump all the way in. So I appreciate you so very, very much. Only reason I'm not going to continue to drink is because I slur. Like not like bad, but it's like not the quality of being like I wouldn't feel like good hosting this show.
Yeah, I've been there before.
On some drink. My tongue gets heavy. Like it's like my tongue get lazy as hell. I be trying to talk regular. My tongue be like, wait, I can't move that fast right now. Yeah. So yeah.
Drugs ain't for me, man. So
alcohol is a hell of a drug, they say.
None of them drugs. Yeah, college, you go to the little parties or whatever. They got the Q punch, the Kappa punch, the Alpha punch, all the shit like that.
Thanks, Big Red.
I'm in my first semester. Yeah, I drunk some of that shit, man. One of my homies legitimately had to carry. I was a little nigga then, too, though. So my homie had to carry me for like a half a mile, dog.
Big Lavender producing from the crib. Still had the wire shot in from when Flo was in here. He's like, send you the camera. Which is true. Because
Big Lavender was changing the cameras?
No, he can't do it from where he was. But he texted me to tell me to do it. And if I was looking at the screen, I would have done it anyway because my OCD would have kicked in heavy. To see something off balance for me, I can't even, I just can't. Things have to be centered. They can't be off balance. My OCD won't allow it. Like, I'm self-diagnosed with OCD, but I know I got it for sure.
See, that's how you know you're not an artist. It's supposed to be out of balance.
Yeah, no, I'm not an artist. That's not me. Like I'm.
It's funny how the left brain and the right brain thinks, though, right?
Yeah.
And then when you think about it from the concept that I'm the left brain motherfucker, but the vast majority of my clients are the right brain motherfuckers.
Of course.
So they be like, "Nah, it should be like this," and I be like,
the nerve of you.
This motherfucker don't know what he.
I need to be like
this motherfucker don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, no, I need things to be symmetrical. I need them to look a certain way. I need like my OC. Like if I would have saw the shot before Big Lavender text me, if I would have saw the shot and saw that thing was so off balance, I'd be like like I can't. I just can't deal with it at all. So that's just not. I self-diagnosed myself with OCD some years ago. I can't do things like my shower routine. I can't deviate from it.
And I ain't really interested in your shower routine. So
I wasn't about to tell you my shower routine. I'm merely saying that I can't be like
roll with the brown liquor connoisseurs. What's brown liquor like? Hennessy and what's after Hennessy? I know that's all Hennessy.
So Hennessy, Douce, Remy.
What is Hennessy though? Hennessy is cognac.
Hennessy's a cognac.
What would Douce be?
It's a cognac.
And Remy too?
Also a cognac.
Okay. So when I would not fake, but when I go to the club, give me a Heineken, and give me some Henny with cranberry, that would be like it for the night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Henny made, you just look to the shit.
It's definitely a way to do it. You can hold that cup all night.
That shit all night long.
Sipping it like a mug. No, that's definitely the way. That's how you want to rock out for sure. You don't experience stuff like that? Like where you I'll check and make sure I lock the door like 8 times. Damn, I know I locked it, but do I really know I locked it? Let me just go check one more time. Yeah, my OCD will kick in sometimes, and I'll just be like, damn, can't help it. Like if I'm running late, I'd be like, okay, Herb, quick shower, boom, we in, we out. I can have that in my mind. Once I get in there, same routine's gonna happen. I'll be out that motherfucker 30 minutes later, like, cause I can't stop myself from doing I don't know, certain shit.
Nah, that's kind of the difference. Like, I don't have no fucking routine. This shit change every day. You know what I mean, and I like life like that. You know
I dig it. And in every other aspect, I'm that way. I'm real fly by the seat of my pants. I'm real. How do I feel this moment? How do I feel? Like, I get, like, people be thinking I be playing. When they ask me stuff like, hey, you want to link up next Saturday? Don't ask me no shit. Don't ask me no shit like that. That's crazy to me. Like, that's absolutely crazy to me. Like, I have no fucking idea.
Way
like,
too far out to be projecting. Who the fuck knows what's happening tomorrow?
You for real? Like, hell no. I don't know how I'm gonna feel, shorty. Like, we'll figure this thing out later.
Sharice say bourbon private pick. What's that? Bourbon is some harder stuff than cognac?
It's a different thing, right? So you got like bourbon, you got whiskey. You know, they're just different, right? So you can get the highest level of whatever. You can
stereotypically, black folks fuck with cognac.
Yeah, stereotypically, yeah,
right.
Because it's a Hennessy Remy thing. But you got the highest levels of that too. You can do XO, and you know you can find depending on what.
The thing with the Hennessy though, I remember like I didn't have headaches the next day. Like I could drink that one glass and I wouldn't be fucked up the next.
They got like $1,500 bottles of cognac.
Yeah, I never know what that's about.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends, right? So I won't say strong or not or whatever, but it's different stuff, right? You got like the Macallan shit.
Man, this shit got me hot, nigga. For real, nigga.
I'll turn on the air on the next break. It is kind of hot.
It's hot than a motherfucker.
And it's definitely that shot.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing. Like, it's definitely the shot. I feel it, too. We in here in these doggone sweaters. And
we're going to have to take a break.
So just go turn the air on? I'll go turn the air on, man.
Yeah, we got to take a break for some other shit, but we got to take a break.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. What y'all doing for Christmas, man? Y'all got kids out there? I know you got kids. We talked about your thing. You talking about Eric got a haircut for Christmas.
Yeah. Absolutely. What you mean? Yeah, I thought that's fair. You know
what y'all do with y'all kids out there for Christmas? Do y'all get like the gifts and all that? I don't really partake in that thing. So I'll do like some Kwanzaa stuff, get the kids in my family, you know, god kids, nieces, nephews, some type of, you know, little important gifts, give them some books, some shit like that. I came across this dope book, and we gotta have this sister on the show, and we'll do that very real soon. Her name is Kia Trammell. She's a singer, dope singer too. But she was born with alopecia.
Now you and these dope singers, you know, we have these experiences with these dope singers. Can she have a conversation?
This one can.
Okay.
No. Me and Kia are actually pretty cool.
Okay.
And because you referring to
the other dope singer.
But she can't sing though.
And she can't talk though. God damn, she was the worst.
Yeah, it wasn't whatever. Moving right along. What Beulah say? Drink some water, guys. Y'all were supposed to sip.
Yeah, that's that exclusive shit. You know, you gotta hold.
Yeah, I know, but we don't really look. If Big Lavender see a cup sitting here for a long time with no lid on it, he'll pull up to the studio. You would hear that Porsche crashing outside.
On the pull up.
Why don't y'all
on the pull up?
Ain't no lids on the cups in the studio. So we can't have Big Lavender pissed off like that. If you're gonna have an empty open lid in here, you gotta get rid of it quick. So, but she is right. It is a sip thing.
Whiskey is a sip thing?
Yeah, whiskey's a sip thing. But it just depends. It's
like etiquette that goes along with alcohol.
It depends on what you're drinking, right? Some shit is of a high enough quality that you kind of just sip it, right? So like I was talking about like XO, you sip that shit. You know,
that was a high quality for what I know of whiskey.
So like Shanita.
Whiskey usually really burn the shit out of my chest.
Shanita, we was drinking some XO a couple weeks ago, right? And she like, oh, what should I chase it with? I'm like, shorty, you don't chase XO. Like, you can put it on some ice if you want, and you just sip it. You
be cool with that shit.
You know what I'm saying? You don't throw $2 juice on the fucking $150 bottle. Like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't what you do to that. Like, you just sip it and let it be what it is. So Beulah is 100% right. But
I got some. I copped some of my homies, man. Last time I was on the islands, it's Blue Label or some shit. He asked me to cop them. Okay. It was like Blue Label and White Label. I don't know what the fuck they are, but I copped them for him.
You talking about White Hennessy?
I guess.
That's what people usually want.
It was like Blue Label and White Label. Whatever it was, he asked me to get it last time I was on the island.
Well, yeah, if that's what he said, then that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. But usually when you leave, people are like, Maze say no ice. I don't even know if Maze is a drinker like that. But
I could believe Maze be drinking.
No, and he's not wrong either, right? You don't want to water it, just like you don't want to put $2 cranberry juice in that
Maze
shit.
be in the Soho house with his feet on the furniture and shit, you know.
Yeah, it's about the look for Maze. Maze got the cigar,
being big lavender and shit. You know,
right.
You know, $5 cigar, but wrapped in Cuban paper. You know what I mean?
Right.
That kind of shit.
Right. Then Madam President be like, "Well, come on, let's go."
Madam President.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I prefer things on the rocks. I like my liquor kind of chilled, which is interesting because I like my water room temperature. I don't like water like in the refrigerator or on ice. I like my water.
I drink room temperature water, but I think that's ass. I love cold water, but it's better for you at room temperature.
Yeah, it is better for you, and I just prefer it. I can drink more of it. I can drink it faster, and I prefer room temperature water. But my liquor, I need it to be just a little chill, But preferably, the fancier or the higher quality my liquor is, then it changes how I drink it, right? Mm-hmm. If I got it in the red cup, or if I got it in the glass, if I got ice cubes, or if I got the one big square block, you know what I'm talking about? The square ice block, those be the drinks that, that's when you're drinking your Macallan, like 15. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga, my back's sweating, G. What the fuck is going on today?
My back is sweating.
My back is sweating in this motherfucker.
Let me go turn the air on. Talk to the people.
No, chill. Because we're gonna go to a real break, and I'm gonna step outside for a hot second.
That's fine. I'm still gonna turn the air on.
That's fine, but let's go to a real break when we do it, though.
Okay, cool. You gonna make it?
Yeah.
That's 5 minutes away.
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. I'm
good money. I just noticing this shit ain't normal.
Cassie said I can guzzle what? I can guzzle 8 glasses of room temperature water like it's no. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Yeah, room temperature. I can put some water down.
That's not normal though either. That's not normal.
No, bro, if I don't got water next to my bed, I'll wake up in the middle of the night in a fucking panic. Like I'm thirsty. I'm dying of thirst in the middle of my sleep. If I don't have like a bottle of water or a glass of water, something next to my bed immediately, so I can wake up and drink it, I'd be like, this ain't gonna work.
For the health benefits, you're supposed to drink like 8 ounces of water right before you lay down. So it's supposed to be cleaning you out. But I needed to go to sleep too. But I'm addicted to tea right now, man. I've been doing tea real heavy. Like I go through these phases. I'm a bougie nigga, you know what I'm saying? Teas, coffees, that kind of shit, espressos and shit.
Cassie said it was cold in here.
She don't know we just took some Hibiki.
Yeah, Cassie, we just got done throwing back a shot of something that we weren't even supposed to throw back a shot of. So.
Yeah, that Hibiki shit got us sweating.
Yeah, it's definitely hot. I feel the same thing you feel. I'm not lying to you.
There's different shit going on right now.
Like as much as I want to make
changing my body chemistry,
as much as I want to make fun of you, like I feel my body temperature is just as heated as yours is right now. 86 proof, right?
That's a lot.
It goes up to 100.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it tells you like alcohol by volume. So when they say whatever the proof
Cassie
is,
said take that hot ass onesie off. That's why you hot.
Did she really?
Yeah, she take the hot ass onesie off.
Cassie, see, I just had your back and all that. You know what I'm saying? Brother Sadiq was at your head. I was trying to let you know. Now you in here clapping at me like that. Talking about onesie. It's cool. Oh, she don't even say that. Take the hot ass sweat off. You won't be so hot. Maybe she's talking about you.
No, she's talking about
you. Anyhow, so the proof, right? So when it says 86 proof, you want to divide that by 2.
Let me see that. That's a sexy ass bottle.
It's very sexy. You cut that in half. And then that will tell you how much alcohol by volume it is in there, right? So you'll see where it says 86 proof, and then either to the left or to the right of that, it'll say, to the left of that, it'll say like 86 proof. So it'll say like 43% alcohol by volume, right? Yeah, that's how they come to that conclusion. My ignorant ass used to drink 100 proof, but it was like $10. I used to drink 100 proof Seagram's vodka, black label.
This is some sexy shit.
Oh, this is very.
I really like that bottle though.
Oh, this is definitely the best Christmas gift that I'm gonna get because I don't be on the Christmas shit.
Yeah, man.
But Japanese harmony, I value it. Thank you so very, very much.
Yeah, shout out to Beulah again, man.
I appreciate you, Beulah. She said, "Did you guys eat?" Lord, did I eat today?
Yeah, I just had some premium original gourmet cookies.
Yeah, not. Yeah,
still
crazy. Yeah, Beulah.
Shout out to Beulah, man. Beulah's the shit.
Yeah, Beulah is 100% the shit. I remember I asked her what she got in her principal drawer.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably what she got in her principal drawer. These motherfucking kids get on my goddamn
can't take
nerves.
these niggas. I can't
take
these little dreadlock niggas no more.
Take the bottle to the face.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
So we gotta take this break in 1 minute. Yeah. And when we come back from this break, let's talk about how I just shared my exclusive bottle with you. Yeah, salute, man. I'm so proud and happy and excited.
And hot and drunk.
Yeah, all that shit.
Listen, we got to take a break. When we come back from break, the air will be on in this studio.
We should see if we can get these call-in lines going to see if we can get some interracial daters. Goddamn.
Hibiki with the win.
Hibiki for the win.
Hibiki 1-2-0.
Hibiki for the win, goddammit. But get some interracial daters calling in.
Yeah, Gardish, you ain't lying. That Seagram's vodka 100 proof black label was definitely nothing more than rubbing alcohol. I was absolutely killing myself at that age. But that was like 18, 19, freshman year in college shit where back then I drank just.
Cassie talking tough Tony shit. She said, I thought y'all didn't know 100 breaks. We don't. We drunk. It's different.
And we always hit them at the top of the hour and in the middle of the hour. Sometimes we hit the 17, sometimes we hit the 47. We always hit the top of the hour and the 30. It is 30 right now. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into the conversation. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy holidays. Thank y'all so very, very much for hanging out with us. We love y'all. We'll be right back.
I have a good friend with us this morning. I'm so excited. Jonathan Swain is here. KimBarkBeverage.com. We tend to talk about business a lot. We both are in family businesses. Was this the plan? Because you are second generation business owner.
Yeah. No, actually, I'll talk about it from my father's perspective, and I'll talk about it from my perspective. His perspective, he did not want me to be in this business. The liquor business has a sordid history. They call it a sin business. I mean, it's less that now, but it had a very sordid history. He didn't want me to do this. He wanted me to go off to school. My father was the first person to fire me at 9 years old. I was supposed to be at work at 11 o'clock, and I showed up 5 minutes late, walked me outside, and fired me. And I'll never be late again. So I appreciate him for that. I walked home. My mother said, well, what happened? I said, Dad fired me. What happened? I was late. He said, well, you got fired. You're late. You can't be late. Told you to get up and leave. My side of it, in many ways, I have a very unique rearing experience in that I've never seen my father work a job. So when I was born, my dad was an entrepreneur. Growing up, I'm going to own my own business. I'm going to be in business doing something, controlling my own destiny in some ways. In particular, my father's generation relative to us, there's not a lot of information transfer about how that works. And there's not a lot of context. It's kind of, I'm going to keep you away from the struggles I had so you don't have them. But in not seeing the struggles, you don't know how to get through the struggles. But as I've gotten older and we developed a relationship and talked about it, I began to understand a lot of the bumps and the bruises and the challenges and what makes entrepreneurship and business ownership not for the weak and weary. All the success I've had in business has been a function of with my parents. As fortunate as I am and people look to my business story, there is no business story but for them and what they did. I mean, my dad was the first black business owner in Hyde Park in the 1970s. Hyde Park, though it's in welcoming and inclusive now, wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
There are a lot of stories that he would tell us about the challenge that he had being a black-owned business in Hyde Park back in the 1970s. That success comes from their legacy ultimately.
So what you see a bad mother.
It's the big Chicago great, Simeon legend, University of Illini legend. Man, flying Illini, man, that's a big Vital. I don't think he could have stated it any better. NBA great. It's always great to have a Chicago basketball icon, hoop legend, the one and only Nick Anderson in the building. Nick, how you feeling, brother?
What's going on, fellas? From that day I got drafted till we are sitting here in front of each other today, I'm thankful and I'm grateful that my mom has never worked another day in her life. People don't know. I can remember the conversations that me and Benji used to have all the time, that we were going to buy our mom a big house and a pretty car. It was so unfortunate that he wasn't here to live out that dream, but I lived out the dream for me and him. As you know, Benji wore number 25. I wore number 25 my entire college career and my entire NBA career because of Benji. You think about all the guys that came out of Simeon and went down to the U of I that wore number 25 after me at the University of Illinois. And then you have to give love to Newt, Juwan Howard. He wore number 25 at Michigan. We carry that name on. That legacy is still being carried today.
It is. It absolutely
is. You see D Rose wearing 25 now. It's special. That means something to me. And that's something I will always carry with me.
The guys at Simeon that wear 25, all of the guys at Illinois, Deion Thomas, Brian Notary, all of those guys up until now. And like you said, in the league, we see Kendrick Nunn. Jabari had number 25 stitched in his shoes when he played for the Bulls.
Yes, sir.
It's a Chicago thing, man. I feel like we wear Benji, however we can represent Ben Wilson, we do it. I remember Common, one of his famous albums, I think it was One Day It'll All Make Sense or something, and he had a whole 4 bars about Ben Wilson, and it kind of just took me back. It's like anytime you hear a new Ben Wilson story, or anytime you hear the name Ben Wilson, it just resonates like none other. So I'm glad that you were able to, start that whole, and I don't even want to call it a trend, because it's definitely more than a trend,
Oh, exactly. It just carry on. One of the greats, one of the special ones. He will always be talked about. He will always be brought up in conversations somehow, some way. And because he was special. He was just a special guy, not only basketball-wise, but a human being. He was just a special dude. I still remember what I was doing and where I was at that day all that went down. I remember it like it happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't forget it.
Being outside, like across the street at the candy store or something when all of that went down.
Yeah, man, I remember it just like it was yesterday. And, the way how dark it got in a few seconds, it was, just to think about it, man, it just brings a dark cloud over your head.
WIFTV PM.
What's up, family? We are back. We are live from the beautiful What's In It for the Black People Media Studios. My name is Herb Howard. My co-host is the one and only Toussaint Werner. Every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m., we get together right here with you guys discussing issues impacting the black community. Today, we haven't discussed a single issue that impacts the black community, except maybe alcoholism. But nonetheless, we are here and we are hanging out, and we are more than grateful that y'all are here and hanging out as well. Hope you find yourselves doing well. Hope you find yourselves warm. If you are in the city of Chicago, please stay warm. It's
getting cold out there.
It's been seasonably cold today.
It's regular Chicago.
Yeah, it's regular Chicago late December now. Like it ain't a game out there today. Like it's a real 15 degrees. It's not a joke. So do what y'all need to do to stay warm. If you have it in your heart to give but are not necessarily sure where or how to, keep the homeless population in mind during this season, right? So if that's coats, if that's blankets, if that's hot soup, whatever, a warm meal, whatever it is, keep them in your thoughts when you think about ways that you can give back during this season. Again, it is bitterly cold outside in Chicago today, and a lot of people in our communities are forced to find and to seek shelter outside. And so, again, if you have it in your heart, you have the means to be able to give, consider giving in some way, shape, or form to them. Sleeping bags, tents, blankets, those types of things are coats, gloves, hats, socks, long johns, right? All those things are invaluable to them in this particular season. So just keep that in mind as you're going about your shopping rituals, if you will, to,
Man, a couple weeks ago, we had a conversation about the heat wave of I think it was 1994, and I was just telling you how many people had died, and I just really didn't have no understanding of that. I didn't even know it really happened.
Right.
But just you saying that, it got me to thinking, man, I wonder, because that wasn't publicized, because it wasn't like maybe it was, but maybe I just wasn't in tune. But, you know, to see how many people died behind that, it just made me think, like, damn, man, when these real Chicago winters hit, how many of our homeless population suffered death through that? Because that has to be immense, too.
Has to be.
Has to be.
Has to be.
Yeah, that's some shit to think about, man.
Yeah, no, it gets bitterly cold here in most winters. The last 2 winters have been kind of mild, and you know we joke about not complaining about that because you know you grew up in this city and you appreciate a mild winter every now and then. You know, global warming notwithstanding, but you know we've had bitterly cold winters where you can go January to March and it's never above 20 degrees or something like that, right? And yeah, during those times, seeking shelter outside has to be very dangerous.
They're telling stories in the comments. Catrice says, here's one. I was at EIU with my sorors, had some Q oil, and I swear I believe our genie blinked the car from the party to the dorm. When was you at EIU? And what sorority is that?
Catrice, when was you at EIU? When was you down in the Chuck?
You know, I was the mayor of Charleston, Illinois.
When were you down in the Chuck, Catrice?
They got streets named after me down there. It's true.
Hey, I got a quick question for you.
What's the word, my brother?
What was your favorite Christmas gift y'all got growing up?
13 years old, leather basketball. Period.
Okay, MJ.
We was poor. It's just, you know.
That's what's up.
It's a big deal.
It was 2 for me. One was the Talk Boy from Home Alone, like Lost in New York, the little thing you're talking to and they play back stuff for you, right? You know, basic shit you can do on your phone every day now. It wasn't basic then, so it was this little big, big handheld kind of device, and you could talk into it, record a message, then play it back later. And I was once I saw it on Home Alone, Lost in New York, I was like, I want that. Like, I gotta have that thing. So I was super charged about that. And then the other one was this gun, this toy gun, and it was like fatigue painted. It was like painted the colors of fatigue,
camouflage,
and camo. And it had this firing motion, like it had this firing action where it literally would like jump. It would have the same action of a weapon, to where you were shooting it like pow, right? And my brother hated it because it was loud, but I loved it because one, it was heavy, right? Like it was like heavy like a gun, but then it fired and did the action where the whole chamber kind of like cocked back at you. I loved that gun. To this day, I'm pretty sure my brother threw it away because he hated it. But those are probably my 2 favorite Christmas gifts that I can recall.
What about you?
I say Christmas of 02. I think it was the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2.
Oh, y'all had money.
Money.
No,
actually, no.
Your
But
daddy was a dope boy, huh?
That was actually the one moment I didn't feel poor. That was probably one of the few moments in my childhood I didn't feel poor, that my parents came together and got me and my brother a PlayStation 2.
I never felt poor, but you know, it's the reality.
The reality was. All my cousins and you know, my aunties and uncles, they had their businesses or good, you know, government jobs, and my mom, you know, was the post office, worked at the post office.
That's a good government job, Negro.
Yeah, but when you got 4 kids by yourself, it's like that money is spread
stretched thin.
That money spread thin. So that was the one time I'm like, oh, I actually got something cool that I wanted. Yeah, that was the best gift ever.
No, I dig that. My mom used to call us Polo rich kids. I never really knew what she meant by that. She's always she's like, y'all Polo rich kids, because again, we didn't know we was poor. All I knew is I wanted the new J's, and my mama always found a way for me to get the new J's. And so I was walking around with the new J's, and I had a PlayStation, and I had Madden, and I had Live, and I used to dress fresh, and so I had no idea I was fucking poor. I thought I was rich. So she used to call us Polo rich kids. Like, y'all Polo rich kids, boy. You ain't like, you look like you guys. You don't have a motherfucking thing, sir. Like, you broke shit. But you know, that was kind of the experience. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I broke down, man. I went in cops and, well, I'm trying to think if my daughter would be listening to this shit. Who knows?
Probably.
She breaks all the rules.
Yeah,
but I broke
broke
down and went and got her some stuff, and I justified it by it ain't Christmas shit. It's some shit she need. But it's kind of like some asshole shit I'm doing here too, though.
You fucking with your son?
On purpose. Definitely on purpose.
Your son gonna be one more.
Definitely doing that on purpose.
So
I think he needs it.
I think so too. I think he definitely needs something to kind of light that fire under him, to be like, okay, bro, life is really kicking in for you. Life is starting for you now, bro. Like,
how old is he?
15.
Yeah, he's at the age now where the decisions he makes really has an impact on his outcomes, right? And before then, you don't really make no important decisions.
That poor little rich kid shit Herb just said, like, I was just thinking about this shit the other day. Like, I took him to get a haircut last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he 15. Motherfucker, I was paying for my haircut back then. I was like 12, 13. And it was so much so that I stopped going to the barbershop. I just had the homie in the hood who would cut my hair.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wasn't even hanging with my daddy like that. But we in the barbershop last night, and he had a head full of hair because he been in Arizona. He wouldn't allow none of the barber. This how bougie this Negro is. The Arizona barbers can't cut his hair because they don't cut right.
They don't cut the same as us.
Man,
They
I don't give
know.
a shit what they do. You been down there for XYZ months. You look like a damn wolf man. Go get your hair cut. So, and you never learn if you never try. You got to keep trying new shit. You might find somebody who fits the bill.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody down there. Because actually, there's a large
It's a black population down
Chicago
there. Somebody
contingent
can do
that has gone
something,
down
right?
there. Yeah.
But then, so we go to the barbershop late last night. I'm looking at this dude.
Gardner said we're going to see Two and his son on Fix My Life soon. He going to be the Me2 ass.
It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. We're going to have to square it one day. But we in the barbershop, and he was like, the barber said something. I was like, man, that's his damn Christmas gift. And he laughing. And I was like, ain't that funny? I'm so damn serious. This is too much. I shouldn't be paying for your haircuts at 15, bro. Beat it. So, yeah, you know, it's time to start learning some lessons. So tomorrow when his sister opens up her stuff, and also, you know, I told you already I'm going to support. She wanted to start a business. So I'm going to give her a couple of dollars to start her little business, her online business. And then he going to be down there looking crazy. And I'm going to be like, well, you know, hey.
He don't want to start no business?
We tried that last year for him, and he tricked off all my money and didn't do nothing with his business. So we learned that lesson. I can't invest in that shit no more. You know, no more.
Fool me once, fam.
Fool me once.
Right.
That's on you.
Right.
Fool me twice. That's on me. I ain't doing that shit. So it is
You got to
what it
have
is.
forgiveness for the young man.
I forgive him.
I ain't reinvesting, though.
Yeah, I ain't reinvesting, though. You know what I mean?
For sure. Hey, Candace, you popped off about something y'all was talking about y'all days back when y'all was drinking Everclear and moonshine and whatever the hell else, Q oil and all this other stuff y'all was drinking. And you had some stories to tell. Do tell those joints, right? I don't know if you actually got back around there. I said do tell. I don't know how you responded to that, but I'm sure you didn't actually go ahead and share. I was just talking about some shh. Nah, tell the stories, man. We want to know what's going on. 'Cause I got it.
Mama Howard talking about that's mean, son. Don't do him like that. Man, the hell with him.
You better little nigga.
Hey. No, I ain't even letting that shit happen. No, ain't nothing happen. No, sit here and suffer in silence, Chuck.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. No, I do think that, you know, sometimes we kind of just overdo it with the whole Christmas thing. Christmas is always this huge thing in my house, and I mean that like literally and figuratively. First of all, we used to get the biggest tree known to man. Like my OG, we would go to the tree lot, and she wouldn't leave the lot until she was absolutely certain
that was the right tree,
that she had the biggest one on the lot, right? So couple years, she didn't convince the people to give them their display tree that they done already decorated as huge as hell, right? Give me that one. She didn't convince them to let her get that one. Ain't no way to tie this thing onto the car. Humongous, right? Plenty of years. The tree didn't even fit in our crib. It ain't like we had this like big stupid ass house. Like we was in this apartment and the tree barely wouldn't even fit. We had to cut the top off that joint.
Man, I'm laughing at Kimmy Pride. He said, y'all ever seen the comedian that said he was leaving his wife because you can't raise no athlete with two parents?
That's hilarious.
Hey, a lot of truth is said in jest.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
A lot of truth is said in jest, man.
But I can't say I don't understand.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Late nights and later mornings, Candace says. All right, fair enough. I definitely had, you know, my share of tomfoolery going on off some late nights of overindulging in the sauce.
Yeah, I just had tomfoolery, period. It wasn't even about overindulging. I was just focused on tomfoolery.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like college was a blur, dog. Like it was just wild.
What school you went to?
SIU in Carbondale.
Oh, God.
Yeah, 0 to 27 was a blur for me.
That's facts too.
You know what I mean?
That's facts too. You say what? Flo?
Carbondale I have so many unfortunate memories out there.
No, I couldn't even begin to tell you half of them.
I know y'all be liking Southern like that, G, but I never had a good experience down there.
I hated that. I hate that place.
I never had a good experience down there. Like we would go down there for the what they call it, the Alpha big deal down there was the cabaret.
Players ball.
That was the Kappas. The Alphas used to do something.
Oh yeah, the Alphas. The Alphas did homecoming.
Okay, so yeah, we would come down there for that joint, and it just I don't know, man. It just didn't sit right with me for some reason. You know, we'll hit U of I. I have a good time at U of I. Even, you know, when we go to the Southern schools, just out-of-state schools. Yeah. Southern always, I'm not going to lie, though, Northern, I didn't like Northern either, though. But I knew why I didn't like Northern. I didn't like Northern because there was so many West Side dudes there that, and I don't mean that in just like to disrespect the West Side. I mean it was like the hood niggas that took college to the hood. And it just was like, nigga, I don't feel like dealing with the hood when I'm on this campus. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Northern was definitely under that act, man. I had a few good weekends up there, but it was not really my thing either, necessarily. SIU, like, I don't like Carbondale. No, I hate Carbondale. Carbondale's whack as hell. It's a racist ass town. Everybody I've ever known that spent any significant amount of time in Carbondale has been arrested in Carbondale. Me personally, I was arrested in Carbondale probably, I don't know, 5-6 times. Like,
yeah, it happens.
Like that, it was just like that. So I don't like Carbondale in and of itself, but the experience that I had there in college was pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a different experience when you're down there. Yeah. I'm talking about just from a visitor's perspective. Like, the only state schools that I couldn't really enjoy was Southern.
That surprises me, especially with you being an alpha. Usually the alphas, you know, other alphas come down there. Then Beta, Ada, yeah, BH. They would always let out for the other alphas that came through, man. Like I said, like I told you before, anyway. Most of my partners, like most of my homies that I went to school with down there was alphas, and it wasn't my interest, so I wasn't on that. But nonetheless, they was always my homie, so I was always with them. Like the whole time I was there, people thought I was gonna be on the next alpha line. Like that's not gonna happen. Like, yes, you are. No, I'm not. I'm just always with them because they my guys. Period. But they would always, you know what I'm saying? Homecoming would be super lit. Like you go to the parties, go to the main parties, and there would usually be an after party over at the Alpha House, and then after the after party, that's when it's really lit. Like so, the party would go from like the main party would go from like 10 to 2, and you leave, and there'd be an after party like the Alpha House, and that'd start like 1 o'clock, 1 to like 4, that'd go down. By 4:30. That's when it's really finna be a situation. Like at like 4:30 in the morning to like 10, when cats are waking up at like noon, 1 o'clock, like what happened around this joint? That's when it really used to go up, 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 up. And I'm surprised you ain't partaking that particular experience with the alphas down there.
Nah, man, I've been down there a few times. I've been down there for y'all, whatever the big events was. I've been down there for the cabaret thing. I've been down there for the homecoming. Yeah. I had a couple chicks down there on the campus, all that. But it was just like, yeah. You know what I mean?
I dig it.
And I just couldn't figure out why.
College is college. You know what I'm saying? College. I'm a confirmed Carbonite. That is definitely what we used to call the people who lived in Carbondale. Like the locals. We used to call them Carbonites all the time.
So Boosie is a hater because she's talking about that sweater part of your onesie definitely screams alpha, and it does not. It just does not. That's just not true. But
I actually try to smoke both of us in one shot.
That was a real
sniper shot.
One bullet. Try to knock them both down. You know what I'm saying? Line them up, G.
I dig it, Boosie. That's funny. I accept that.
Yeah, but I just couldn't understand why I didn't like that. I understood why I didn't like Northern. You know what I'm saying? I kicked it down at I State, had fun. Kicked it at U of I, had fun. Even went to like, what's the shit, Milliken. We even went down to Milliken and all that type of shit and had a few good times. You know what I mean? We traveled a lot when I was in school, man. We was somewhere all the time.
Let's go to SEMO. Go to southeastern Missouri, man.
Gee,
SEMO
we drove
was decent.
to Canada
Really?
from Eastern. And back in the day, they used to have this shit called Ugly Duckling rental cars.
Okay.
Right? So we pulled niggas, and this ain't the hours. This just me and my guy.
Look at those low rates.
You definitely just aged yourself with that one.
Whatever. It was like, look at those low rates.
Remember that commercial?
Look at those big low rates.
Look at those low rates.
Eagle Man.
It's Eagle.
But no bullshit. We drove all the way to Toronto with a dude in the back of a hatchback station wagon. It was that many people there that somebody had to sit in the back of the hatchback to go to Canada.
That was probably the most comfortable spot if the car was that packed anyway.
But we was in that boy deep, white, bogus-ass station wagon. We drove that motherfucker from Charleston, Illinois to Toronto, Canada, brother, and had a ball. You understand me?
I was definitely handling business.
Had a ball, G.
Yeah, I was definitely handling business, man. College was just a place to do random shit, man. I told you the other day on a whim that we just left one night from Carbondale and drove to Oklahoma, right? Why don't matter, but we just left on a whim, drove straight to Oklahoma, right? Like, just random as hell. No plans to do it. Didn't really pack shit.
Yeah, we done shit like that, man. We went to, so I told you we was at the early Freakniks. I'm old, so you know it is what it is, but we went to the early Freakniks. I remember that.
I've got something for you. Yeah, that's some Chicago shit, Cassie, for real.
Drove
that
down.
Commercial, and then, my bad, that commercial, and then the commercial from the junkyard, the auto parts drop, where the white dude used to pull the door and the door fall off. Right? Them two commercials, classic Chicago shit.
And the Empire joints.
And Peter Francis Geraci.
Empire, all them people. Who was the I Got Something For You? What was that? That was the insurance company.
Yeah, that was the Eagles, man. They
Eagle
that
Insurance,
goofy ass bird that fly across that. He was like, look, it's Eagle, man. Look at those
That's
low
genius
rates.
marketing, though.
Oh, 30 years later, I remember
the
it.
motherfucking everybody knows it.
Yeah, 30 years later, we talking about that stupid ass commercial.
Go all the way the other
$10 on that
direction
commercial.
with it. Yeah, that's real shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's real shit. That's real spill.
Yeah, man. But
Victory Auto Wreckers for sure.
That's what it was.
For
Gardis
sure,
would
BT.
know that. Gardis would absolutely know.
Oh, I saw Brandon say it. Gardis knew it too. Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Catrice says college was about experimentation and freedom.
Big facts. Big facts. Like, it was just experiment. I never like experiment with like no drugs and no shit like that. But definitely experiment. Like just seeing what stick.
Yeah, I was seeing what stuck too.
Literally. Literally. Let me cut it out, man. I'm for real. No, I'm not gonna do that.
But I went to.
I thought about showing that story I said on Instagram. I'm not gonna do it. I'm never gonna tell that story on this show.
But again, we experienced college at different times too, right? So it was different shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got the back end of that Freaknik experience. So we went down there to like the second to last Freaknik or the last Freaknik. It was one of the other ones. And that experience was like next level. Y'all know who we was talking to. We was in here talking about not too long ago. And I remember like as soon as we like hit the Atlanta tri-state area, or not the tri-state area, but the Atlanta area, like legitimately, man, imagine like I-94 like shut down to the point where cars was just so, they were stopped everywhere with people just legitimately getting out the car and just partying on the highways. It was like insane.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
It was insane.
That's off the meat racks.
But then also
588-2300 Empire.
Right. But then we young and we dumb. So we all through Atlanta and parts of Atlanta where this ain't really the touristy kind of shit going on. And I remember one, like the first night, we didn't got hotel. Like we really was reckless. Like we would do shit like we'll figure it out. We just find some chicks. We'll have somewhere to stay.
Wow,
like, that was the whole mindset. Like if you don't get a broad nigga, you sleeping in the van. You just fuck. You know what I mean?
You on your dick tonight, fam.
That's what it is.
Either you can come up off it or you can't.
The whole goal was to bag something so you can have somewhere to sleep.
Homosexuals tonight, Jack.
Homosexuals out this motherfucker. You understand me?
Beat the doonies off something tonight.
Beat the doonies off. You did? I got the win because I got to have somewhere to sleep. You did?
Homosexuals.
That was the goal, G.
Oh, that's real spill, dog.
We never got nowhere like lodging. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Even like in the state schools. Like, so I would go up to U of I and, my homeboys went there or whatever. And so, I would, like hit my boy BC, like, yo, I'm coming down there. He like, okay, you good, whatever. Or Brock, like, okay, cool, we straight. But it's not even my preference to stay with you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad to know I have somewhere to stay for sure. But if I can help it.
We was out there, G. We ain't had nowhere.
I'm shooting my shot.
So that freak nigga I stayed at Emory College. I don't remember her name, but it was Emory College.
I stayed at Emory College.
That's where I stayed.
That is
she
her
drove
name.
up here one time. She drove all the way up to the crib one time. Oh, well, to college.
That
where
is
I was
her
in school
name.
at.
That's
and I had
funny.
a real girlfriend, so you couldn't stay with me. So we had to drive to Chicago.
Me and Matt called this girl. We called two girls, in fact. 508 Sosa for a long time. In fact, to this day, if you call Matt right now and be like 508 Sosa, he's just gonna bust up laughing. These were some girls we met in the 8th grade. It was like this little charity walk somewhere downtown. Our school took us to go to the walk, and we had these babies at the time. We were doing that project where they bring you the babies for a week, and you got to keep these little, I don't know, lifelike babies that cry.
Don't have a baby shit kind of deal.
Yeah, like right. That's what it was for, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they tied this key to your wrist for the week, and every time the baby cried, you got to put the key in the back, turn it, and that's how you feed the baby. That's how you change the baby. The baby wake up like 3 a.m, crying like a mug, right? And my brothers used to hate it because the baby just started crying in the middle of the night. They're like, what the fuck is going on, fam? Like, get that shit out of here. Like, I can't get it out of here. If I just put it in the closet and let it cry all night, I'm going to fail. Like, it has to stay in the bed with me. What you laughing at?
You, nigga.
Oh, yeah. Like, so, like,
being a baby daddy, they're great.
Yeah, G. And so, it was funny as hell. I killed my homeboy's baby. Have I ever told you that part?
No.
Oh, yeah. I killed my homeboy's baby.
What?
Yeah, my homeboy Sante. We used to kick it at Sante crib. Sante had a decent crib over there on 72nd in Paxton. He had a decent crib over there, but his mom used to come in at like 5 or 6 o'clock. So we get out at 2:30. We kick it at Sante crib for a few hours. They had a pool table downstairs. We just hang out there, right? And plus, never mind. We just hang out there. And anyway, one day we over there hanging out. Wrestling was big then. The Rock, Stone Cold. This nigga Sante, people elbows my baby. Like off the couch, right? my baby, son. Like
that's my baby.
My baby just lay. I got my baby just lay on the floor. This my off the couch. People elbow my baby. Boom, my baby started crying like a mug, right? So I'm like, dude, what is you doing? So I put the kid and my baby back till my baby stopped crying. As soon as my baby started crying, I put my baby down. I grab his baby, throw it off the wall. Boom, baby head fall off. His baby doesn't cry no more the rest of the week. Okay, his baby don't say shit else. The people come back. The people come back at the end of the week. And they come back with the computers, and they hook your baby up to the computer. That's how you get your grade on how you did. They hook the baby up to the computer. They like, your baby is deceased. Like, your baby is dead.
Oh, like they can legitimately monitor the health.
like dead ass, like your baby's dead, fam. And so they was like, what happened to your baby? He looked at me, I looked at him like, don't do it, fam.
Herb's a murderer.
Don't do it, fam. Do not say that I
he
killed
murdered
your
the
baby.
plastic baby, G.
Like, you shouldn't have, why would you people's elbow my baby, son? Like, that's crazy to me. Like,
Boosie says you put your roommate in the Kool-Aid coma and killed your 8th grade homeboy baby. You're a murderer.
Hey, people need to make better decisions. My college roommate needed to tell me that he was diabetic, and my 8th grade partner needed to not people's elbow my baby. Like, you tweaking, son.
Ah, that's funny as hell,
You whole
man.
ass wildin'. Point is, we went down to this walk, me and Matt did. We had these babies with us. These girls from a whole nother school, which I don't even know what school it was. We meet them. So me and Matt.
Saw y'all with the baby.
Yeah. Me and Matt instantly
They
get to talking.
completely with that kind of action.
Me and Matt shooting our shot. We done left our whole school. We walking with them, right? And these hot ass girls introduce us to their like teacher or their principal. Like, yay, these are our baby daddies. These are our babies right here. Yada yada. This is exactly how they introduce us to like their teacher or principal, whatever. And they gave us the number to come over there and kick it with them later, like that night or that weekend or something. And they wrote the number down, and it looked like it said 508 Sosa. What it said was 508-5059. But the last word just looked like Sosa. So that's how me and Matt remembered that shit forever. We just called him 508 Sosa to this day. If I call Matt right now and be like 508 Sosa, he's going to fall out laughing.
Man, we on air, so I can't really tell you the stories that I experienced in my childhood. But
I'm going to try to get you to tell them.
No, that's not going to happen. But just thinking back, man, it's again, putting it in context to like the life I think that my son's living, like, because who knows, right? He might have a secret side that I don't know shit about that he's out here wilding out too. But in comparison, they not having the kind of experiences we was having, man. It's just interesting to see how that plays out and the differences or whatever. And then it's also interesting to think about it, is that from the lack of parental control that I had, or is it because he has parental control? You know what I mean? It's just interesting, the whole gamut of it all. But even when I think about like shit that we was doing with my homies, and I was probably the most reserved one out of our group. So that says a lot, because if I was the reserved one, you know, they was out of control. There was some homies that I like, after a while, you like, I can't go with this dude because we definitely going to be having a problem.
It's going to be a situation.
You know what I mean? No matter what, it's going to turn into a situation. So, yeah, man, it's real different.
We got to hit the break. When we come back from break, I'm going to try to get to expose some stories, man, some things, man. I think I am going to tell that story. I think I'm going to share that story that I put up on Instagram.
Do you think?
It's on my Instagram page, whatever. I already shared it with the whole world.
Yeah.
It's a wild
My shit to get me arrested, or, you know, my wife will leave me. So, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm already getting divorced, so whatever. And arrested, I'm not going to tell any such stories. I've told you some of those stories, but I won't tell any such stories like that. We got to take a break. We're 2 minutes late. When we come back, more from I Said What I Said here at What's in It for the Black People Media. We'll be right back.
Today we learned that a Kentucky state grand jury found that the officer responsible for killing Breonna Taylor. Rulings like this one set us back and come as yet another challenge to the hard work and progress we have already made. It means we fight even harder against the systems of inequality and injustice designed to keep too many of us down. We will and we must continue to say her name. We will and we must continue to demand justice. And we will and we must do everything in our power to prevent any more names from being added to this role, like George Floyd, or closer to home, Rekia Boyd, and Laquan McDonald, and too many others. I want you to know that I support you and will do everything in my power to protect you.
Regarding the CBS 2 story last night about the raid on the social worker's home, why did your administration go to court to try and prevent the body camera video from being broadcast? And why is your administration asking a federal judge to punish Miss Young for sharing video of her own home being raided?
And I watched that video. Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter was handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Because COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up.
You have the wrong place. You got the wrong house. You got the wrong house.
We will and we must continue to say her name.
WISTV PM.
All day. Check it out. See, while you was on the corner trying to scrape up pack money, I was driving 80 stack trucks off rap money. I'm back money. If you want it, come to the hundreds and ask for me. Meet them OGs that'll blast for me. I'm right here. Ill Adidas, $400 jeans on me. Itchy with no safety, a loaded magazine on me. Southside, that's as wild as it gets. And no, I never sold crack. That's some house nigga shit. I'm not judging, but every man that's a man gotta stand by his principles, and I'm not budging. That's Mickey. You can take it how you want, but you can never be me. You can fake it how you want. I spit that uncut raw. You can bake it how you want. Break it down any way you like. You get the same result. Get in tune. The elephant in the room has now assumed pole position. Whoa. Oh. BJ, get him. Come on.
Reporting live from the gutter where that butter get gorillas jobs. That's why we call it work. The same work who get a nigga robbed. I throw my dice against the concrete. If the bitches pass, see you later. Grab my paper, tell her they to kiss my ass. This the jungle, baby, I'm a lion. Try me, I'll be firing. The same banger saved Private Ryan. You the prey, you survive and hide. Better pray that them vultures and them rovers don't go flying by him. The mother niggas just so-so. How Linda birth a nigga this hot in the cold go? I went from 20-inch assassins on that Osmo to the pretty 760 sitting low on them bozos. Those are big shoes, you motherfuckers is so slow. Get caught without your heat in these streets is a no-no. Baby need Pampers, daddy need that photo. It's bread or nothing, big old niggas, you see the logo. Whoa.
That's why we shine wherever we go. 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 Lord, Lord. Welcome to the mind of a pothead. On my head, see a young nigga got dressed. We don't give a fuck what the cop said. I'm living a legacy. So even when I die, I am not dead. Nigga, I am not dead. Fuck with me.
That is the intro song. It is actually a real song. It's called Imago Dei by Ace Da Vinci. Ace Da Vinci is from the Chi. He is one of my favorite hip-hop artists. The dude is super dope. Super dope dude, too, man. Y'all can find him on social media. His social media tag is 7 Day High. One word, 7 Day High. And, yeah, that song is one of my favorite songs, Imago Dei. I remember telling you about the song. I remember playing the song for you. I was like, bro, the song would be fire for the intro. And he was like, what, this don't sound like it'll be fire for the intro. I'm like, you got to see the vision, bro. It works. It works. Works well. Face ass. Anyway.
I'm definitely not listening to what you're talking about.
Anyhow, we've been having a conversation, man. If you just joined us as I say what I said, my name is Herb. His name is Two. Flo is behind the glass. This don't sound like it'd be fire for the intro. I'm like, oh. Flo is behind the glass in the production studio doing all of the hard work. Appreciate y'all so very, very much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate y'all. We certainly know that y'all could be doing anything else, especially on this here Christmas Eve. The fact that y'all hanging out with us, we appreciate it, man. So shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook. Shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube. We see you. We appreciate you. We wish you the absolute best and send you nothing but the happiest of holidays in this 2020, man. It's been a wild one. It has been a wild one. But allegedly it's coming to an end at some point. Presumably, I suppose. Right? But I mean, who knows what 2021 has to hold.
God willing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see. I can't get your thing on here. Did you? I see it, but it ain't letting me work. I was trying to show you I was trying to show y'all a video that I've really been
I'm re-pulling.
All right, cool. That I've really been I don't know, convincing myself not to show y'all because
just play the video.
I'm going to play the video. I'm gonna play it, but it's ignorant as hell. It's a college story that is 100% true and 1,000% ignorant. But if you don't want to hear this ignorant story, just leave for about 5 minutes. Come back. If you do want to hear the ignorant story, just hang around for it. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself because I know all it's going to do is play into y'all's narratives of me. But it's an entertaining story, and I already shared it with the world, so I might as well share it with my fam as well. So without any further ado, let's play this video, man.
So I always like how Deion Cole be doing his role stories. And then today I saw Kevin Hart talking about shitting on himself on stage. And so I figured I would, share a couple little funny stories, man. I don't know if I do one every day or some shit. I don't know, but I got a bunch of funny stories to tell. And so I figured I'd go ahead and share at least one today. This one comes from Carbondale when I was in college. And shit, Carbondale, anybody down there got stories to tell. Maybe we could start a whole motherfucking shit, Tales from the Dale or something, right? But anyway, this particular story, I had met this girl, and I ain't gonna say her name or nothing, of course, but shit, in fact,
we gonna need that name.
$100 million, I probably couldn't even remember her name.
Right.
But anyway, that's not
if you wanted to know.
Point is, I met her, and she ended up coming back to the crib. At the time, I stayed with my homeboy. Probably won't say his name either, but some of y'all know. Anyway, I stayed with my homeboy, and we had a dope ass spot. And Shorty come back to the crib.
That's the dude I almost killed.
It's late as hell, right? We go in the room. We getting involved. Fall asleep, right? Probably like 3, 4 in the morning, my phone started ringing. And instantly, as soon as my phone started ringing, I knew it was my girlfriend at the time, right? There's a story about that too, but I'll leave that alone. But instantly, I knew who it was. I'm like, fuck. And so I let it ring, and then I'm like, okay, maybe it's done. Fuck no. She stayed, my girlfriend at the time, she stayed like, I could literally see her back door from my front door. So it wasn't a few minutes later that my doorbell started to ring. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. That shit going crazy. And that's like 3, 4 in the morning at least. So I'm like, fuck. All right. So in my mind, only thing I could think of was to get Shorty out my room. So I look over, she knocked the fuck out, right? She knocked out, she ass naked. And so I just get up, I grab her clothes. I grab her clothes and I open my room door, go across the hall to my boy room. I open his door. He in there knocked the fuck out. I throw all Shorty clothes in his room. He waking up like, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Throw all Shorty clothes in his room. I'm like, bro, Shorty finna come over here. I'm finna send her over here. He like, what? I'm like, gee, she coming over here. So I go back in my room. I wake her up, butt naked, wake her up, and kind of usher her into my boy room, right? She half asleep, she fucking confused. He half asleep, he fucking confused. But nice looking chick, naked, come walking in his room. He didn't really complain, but he was like, what the fuck? So anyway, put her in his bed, right? Close his door, and I go downstairs to open the door. I'm like, I open the door with the super sleepy face, and she like, hey, what's going on? Like, she like, I've been calling you. I'm like, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm asleep. What's wrong with you? So she like, I don't know, I'm sorry. I just thought, I'm like, I don't know what you thought, man, whatever. So she come in the crib, right? She come in the crib, go upstairs, and now she wants to fuck, right? And I'm like, oh, shit. You can't, like, if your girl already think you've been on bullshit, you can't tell her that you don't want to have sex with her, right? So, I'm like, hold on, right? So I go in the bathroom. I'm taking a little whole bath and shit, and come back out. Now we having sex, and she is particularly loud this night, like loud as fuck for no reason, right? And so I'm like, oh shit, this shit is about to go bad. Shorty not gonna just, it's the other girl I'm talking about. She's not gonna just listen to this shit. And so anyway, that happens. Go to sleep. Wake up the next morning. I'm scared as fuck to leave out my room. I think Shorty's still there. Right, so I finally get the courage. I can't just keep sitting in this room. Finally, I get the courage to open my door. I open my door. I see my roommate. I see his door open. So I'm like, okay. So I tiptoe over to his room. He ain't nobody in there. So I'm like, all right. Tiptoe downstairs. He in the kitchen washing dishes or something. So I'm like, bro, where's Shorty at? He like, man, I went ahead and took her home for you first thing this morning. Like, I ain't want you to have to deal with that shit. I'm like, man, thank you. That shit was wild as fuck, man. So shout out to him to this day, man. He looked out for that. So my first question for him was like, "Did you hit?" And so he like, nah, man. He was like, I tried like real quick, like 1 second. He was like, but I wasn't finna put no work in. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. He was like, so I was like, fuck it. Like we just went to sleep. I'm like, she just slept naked. He was like, yeah. But anyway, shout out to him, man, for taking home. Tales from the Dale, man. That was just one. So always.
That's it, man. That's it, man. That is it, man.
Nasty.
Listen,
That's
man.
what they saying.
Listen, man.
Any nasty,
dirty dog.
Yeah, just talking about double dip. I took a whole bath.
Official slut.
I didn't
bucket
double
tism.
dip. I took a whole bath. What else was I supposed to do?
But what did you do with the condom from the first time?
I just threw it away.
You know her with raw G. Ain't no condoms involved in that shit.
That's what I was trying to get him to admit.
Ain't nothing to admit. That didn't happen. They didn't buy
Her
it.
was in there, Geronimo!
So did you discard of it when you was throwing the clothes?
Yes, bro. All that shit. Flush that shit down the toilet. I don't know. I might have kicked it under the bed. Like I definitely didn't hit Shorty raw. I can't even tell you what her name was today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, that was a true story. I don't know what else I was supposed to do though. It wasn't like no back door I could usher the girl out of. Like I didn't know what else.
Why ain't you just not open the door for your old lady?
Because she wasn't going to leave.
But then her ass would have just been out there ringing the bell.
Until when?
Till she got tired of ringing the bell.
No.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because eventually, like, I gotta leave. Shorty gotta get out this house still.
Nah, that door would have been bust down.
Now we just gotta be disciplined.
Nah, she wouldn't have bust down the door, but she definitely would have stayed out there all night and rang the bell.
Was she drunk? Because it was 4 a.m. Was she drunk?
No, she was in love. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Drunk in love.
Right, drunk in love. Right, she was off the meat rack is what she was. But, you know, At that time in my state, that seemed like the best thing to do. And considering that it worked out, I think it was. I think I made the right decision. Would y'all have done something else? You said just leave outside until she, like, war of attrition. Like, eventually she'll leave.
Yeah, I ain't here, motherfucker. Holla.
Nah, you can't do your lady dirty over
She would not have left, dog.
What you mean? You ain't doing her dirty. You just protecting your peace.
And I'm already smoking her, so I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a moral decision at this point. I'm already in here bogus as hell. So it wasn't a moral decision. It was just like, this seemed like the best way out of this thing was to, like,
man, I got a story
usher
very similar
Shorty
to that.
over there into my boy room. And so I literally grabbed Shorty shit, like all her clothes, and threw them across the hall into his room, and then usher her into his room, butt ass naked.
So I'm gonna tell one of these stories. Like I said, I got caught on this shit, so it's done. So everybody knows this.
Double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy.
Can't give me twice.
Can't be accused twice. Don't really give a fuck. But it's very similar to that story right there. But you gotta have like context to why this shit, how it plays out and why it's funny. So me and my best friend in school had our own crib. We had a one flat though, but it was like a townhome, right? But it was a one flat, so it's just a one story. And the way it worked is that my room sat off our driveway. So anybody walking up to the crib, my window is right by anybody walking up on the crib, you know. But if you walk into the crib, it's like an open area, which is the living room, and then you look back and it's straight through to the kitchen. So off to the left, bathroom in both rooms, both bedrooms, and that's the totality of the layout of the crib. So our doors are legitimately facing each other. I come out my door, he come out his door, we right at each other's face. Right. And I ain't had no whip at the time. My roommate had a car though. So on some late night shit, I be like, give me your keys. I'm finna run and grab something. You know, I'm finna run, pick somebody up real quick, right? So he already, and this is the second part of the story. Both of our girlfriends was best friends too, right? So I took his car one night. He already had another woman in his room, some other random woman, right?
Yeah.
So I took his car one night to go pick up this other random woman. Obviously, his girlfriend sees his car leaving out of the parking lot with this random woman. She don't know it's me driving, though. She thinks it's him. Right? So I'm drive back to the crib with the other random woman. You know what I mean? And then had the car in the back. Right? This is what we used to always do. Ain't nobody home.
Pre-planned script.
Yeah, we here right now. You know what I mean? We go, shorty.
We had that luxury the way our complex was set up.
So I'm in the room with the little chick I got. He in the room with the little chick he got. I hear somebody walking up to my front door. I can hear him. You know what I mean? And it's his girlfriend, and she outside doing the same shit your girlfriend was doing. Beating on the door, screaming and hollering. Now, all of this is based in, she done seen this man's car picking up this random girl. You know what I mean?
Whole time is you.
Whole time is me, right? So she acting a fool. But he is in his room
with another
chick.
You done got him bumped, taking his car.
We all fucked up. Yes. So she acted a plumb fool outside, right? So you know goofy ass dudes. So we both sneak out the room. We look at each other like, nigga, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
So he's like, man, I don't know what to do. He was like, G, go to the door and tell I ain't here.
What?
And I was
That's
like,
not gonna work, my G.
So I was like, all right, if that's what you want me to do. Now, all the time, I'm thinking, I'm good money.
I'm good money. I'm straight.
Good money, right?
Wrong. She didn't call Joe Peace, too.
So check this shit out. So I opened the door, and she tried to push past me.
Of course.
Right? And I hit her with the Emmitt Smith, like, get your ass out of here.
That's what I told you I had to do. That's what I told you I had to do. Craig girl, the day Craig almost died. She tried to blow past me, go upstairs to check on him. Like, hold on, I get your concern, but let me make sure.
Yeah, so I Heisman'd her ass like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Back to the front door you go. And she's like, where Carrie? I was like, man, he ain't here, man, chill. But my girlfriend standing right behind her like security and shit. They came together. This is a tag team, right?
Baby D.
So yeah. So I worked it out because I'm a player. So I worked it out. You know what I'm saying?
My name Daddy. I'm a local neighborhood player.
You know what I'm saying? I got a South Bay jam. You know what I mean? But look, as we getting out the jam, I done get his girl mad as hell, but they going back to their car, right? But at the same time, I grabbed my girl and I'm like, look, man, You know this nigga don't like you. Don't be coming over here with this shit with her, man. Don't be bringing this shit to my house. I can't explain it.
Oh, you gotta get pissed.
I gotta work it.
You gotta be pissed.
I'm acting my ass
Y'all
off.
show people with this goddamn bullshit in the middle of the motherfucking night. Nobody got time for this shit.
Goddamn nigga
petty
shit
ass out
in
of
my
here.
house. All these white people live around here.
You gotta wow. You gotta go crazy. You gotta overdo it.
Don't you be bringing this shit.
You gotta
to my
overdo
front
it.
door.
You gotta break something in your own house. I'm sick of this shit.
Sick of this shit. So look though. So I do that or whatever, and they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Now I done convinced my old lady to never come back unannounced. She's fully sold that I'm great. You understand me?
Right. I'm good money.
I'm good money.
I'm never popping up again.
Right? So next 20 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass, cop pull back up. His old lady back beating on the goddamn door. So we come out with the dumb face again, both looking at each other like, what we gonna do? So I go back to the door again, trying to sell that he ain't hit. This time, she said she pushed past me or whatever, and she whirls into the crib. Now my man, this sneaky motherfucker. Let me tell you how friends is not really friends.
Yo,
right?
no, it's always your boys.
So I done saved this nigga. I done saved him already like a half hour earlier.
Sure.
Right? So the girl in my room is frightened. She's scared to death of my old lady. So she in there quiet as a church mouse. You understand me?
Shorty.
So, but this nigga, what he does is he comes out his room and he locks the door behind him. Right? So he's locked out his own room at this point. You know what I'm saying?
So they gotta let him in.
Yeah, he gotta let back in. Now my ass, I don't have this fear. So my door's not locked.
You cocky as hell with it.
I'm good out this bitch. My old lady gone.
And the girl definitely ain't coming out of the room.
Definitely ain't coming out the room. I'm cool, right? Him and his old lady get to argue, but they like in the living room.
Q said, every woman watching right now looking at that man with the side eye. Thanks, Urban, too.
This was young nigga shit. I don't do that. I would never do that like this.
Yeah, I was like 19 when this happened.
But at the end of the day, though, I'm outside like this is ignorant shit. Just thinking to myself, right? Whole time, my room in the house, the girl in my room.
My wife would've shot that door down.
So I come back in the. I'm about to walk back in the house, and his old lady is storming out the house. And she was like, "And your punk ass ain't shit either." Nah, I took that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? I understand you mad at everybody.
It's the least you could do.
It's the least.
It's swallow that. I can swallow that.
I can eat that. I can eat that. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So she leave and he looking stupid, you know, because he fucked in the game. He caught. He know he caught.
Right.
And he look at me with the most pitiful look in the world.
Puppy dog.
He was like, "Dog, we in trouble."
We?
I said, "We ain't did
we
shit.
Ain't did shit. We good
You
money.
by yourself. Nigga.
You
I'm
fucked up
I'm
right
good.
now.
You fucked up." Right? That's how I'm looking at it. He was like, "No, cuz
she gonna tell.
When she tried to get in my room, I kind of pushed her and she pushed into your room and she saw XYZ in your room." Nigga.
I don't know. That don't add up. I think he smoked you.
Smoked me.
I think
You
he smoked
understand
you. I think he smoked you.
10 minutes later, they both back again.
You don't bump into a closed door and open it.
It was all bad. I ain't gonna tell you the rest of that story, but that's just how that shit played out.
Didn't go good.
It didn't go good that night. It didn't go good that night.
Hey man, that's hilarious. Those are the real stories, man. I'm sure y'all women got some of those same stories where y'all was out wilding, had some cats to the crib, you and your girls doing something, and your man pull up, and y'all figured, but y'all way smoother than us. Y'all find ways to finesse shit that we'll never, ever find out. You know what I'm saying? That particular situation just happened to work out for me. And I was very, very surprised. Like I said, the whole entire night, clear until the next morning. I ain't come out my room the next morning. It's probably like 11, 12 o'clock. I was scared as hell to come out that room because I'm like, Shorty's still here. The other girl is still here. And
We can't move.
I was surprised that the other girl didn't just blow up the spot. Because I didn't really know Shorty like that. So I'm like, she gonna blow up the spot. Like, Shorty she ain't gonna go for this. Because I told you my girlfriend, she was just being loud as hell for no damn reason. So I'm like, the other girl, she ain't finna just sit here and listen to this all night. She finna blow the spot. Like, I was just over here, yada, 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 yada. I was just in that bed, ooh. And she didn't. She did not. She is the real MVP. And she got up. First of all, she slept naked in my man's room. She got up and let him take her home. Real MVP.
Hey, man. It's a lot of low self-esteem women out here.
Hey,
you know
shout out to them.
I'm not advocating for it, but it kind of is what it is.
Hey, shout out to
them. That's why, God gave me a daughter and it scares the shit out of me. You know what I mean? So that's why I spend, I know there's mad at T.I. the other day for he said that's stop prevention hours, but fuck that. I'm with T.I.
That's a real spill, Jack.
I spend that time, man, because it's, not to say I'm proud of this shit, because I'm not. Yeah. But I fully understand that at some levels, man, I was fully taking advantage of women.
Sure,
Catrice.
Like,
it was a full-out manipulation game. You know what I mean? And that's just not the way I want my daughter to respond to
Boosie say my box don't talk.
Hey man, but even we laughing and
The
joking.
boxes
at that,
are still trapped. It keep hella secrets.
Hey man, it's a lot of, just like the story you told with the sister that stayed in the random dude's room.
Yeah.
Those are not uncommon stories, G. At some levels, I'm like, man, women put up with a whole lot of shit. I remember a dude called me one day about this girl I was messing with, and I played it like, hey man, I don't know what you talking about, like you supposed to. But then she called me like, the XYZ call you? I said, check game, shorty.
You better than me.
I said, he called me ever again, I'm telling that man everything he want to know. But it's just like, it's just levels, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
I ain't never told no. I've received 2 of those phone calls in my life from clown ass niggas, and
I ain't gonna call them clowns.
I'm calling them a clown ass.
The man
nigga.
was hurt.
Okay, well, be hurt with
women got a lot of power over dudes.
Good. Be hurt with your partner, right? Your partner owes you some measure of loyalty. I don't even know you, fam. I don't owe you shit. Why are you on my fucking phone, right? And so that was my first response. Why are you on my fucking phone? Right? It's like, man, I saw my girl texting you. I saw her calling you. I just want to know, yada, 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 what's going on. I said, look, fam, I'm going to tell you 2 things. One, if you think your girl is smoking you, she's probably smoking you. Okay? That's number 1, right? Me or anybody else. If you think your girl is cheating on you, she is, dog. Because they slick as hell and they'd be doing it without you even knowing it. So if you got a suspicion about it, it's cracking, fam. Number 1. Number 2, I don't owe you shit, fam. You need to have this conversation with her. Get off my phone and don't call me no more. And I had to tell 2 clown ass niggas that before. And they clowns for that shit. You tweaking. You are tweaking, sir.
That ain't my business. Whatever going with y'all going.
It's
with
not
y'all.
my business.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why kind of how I left it. Just don't call me with what's going on with y'all. That ain't my
Yeah,
issue.
you tweaking, fam. You wilding out. Don't call my phone with that bullshit. Get off my motherfucking phone.
I don't know you. I know her.
Period. And I don't owe you shit. She owes you some measure of loyalty. Not me, fam. Why are you on my phone? I don't even fucking know you. You were handling. Never mind. Anyway, we gotta take a break. When we come back from break, I don't know. What?
Nothing at all.
You just want to share another story?
No.
Feel free to tell another story if you want. When we come back from break,
Cool. I just had the one that compared to your story. Other than that, I'm cool.
That
was light for me though. That I got caught in that. We could talk about that.
That whole crib we lived in was, if those walls could talk, that whole crib was crazy. I'll tell you another story when we come back. It ain't sexual. It ain't got nothing to do with women. In fact, it was just about me throwing one of my partners through a wall, leaving a big dumbass hole in the wall of that damn crib.
I've been thrown through a wall before.
Having to try and fix it before we fucking moved out of that place, and that was a whole ordeal. But I'll tell you that story a little bit. It's a quick story. Anyway, we got to take a break. We'll come back, and we will finish up the conversation. This is I Said What I Said, Herb, 2 till 6. We'll be right back.
Hey family, this is Dawn Millhouse from the Book of Dawn. Christmas and holiday time means giving to me. Make certain that you give of yourself to somebody else. This is Dawn. Happy holidays from the Book of Dawn.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIFTBPM.
What's good, family? We are back live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Herb and Tool here with you every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. This is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. Appreciate y'all for being here, man. What is Darius saying? Whiskey is... What do you say? Whiskey is starting to talk now. Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. Shout out to my brother Dez, man. Dez, I told some of the stories from the crib earlier, man, how we used to be wilding in there. So you missed some of those pieces. But yeah, I've been oversharing a little bit today, even before I had this whiskey, which was so graciously given to me.
I'm just cheering Herb on at this point.
By Principal McCloy. Beulah, thank you so very, very much.
Absolutely. Shout out to the
I am
students
now
who died.
sipping it properly, and I really, really appreciate it. It's awesome. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal gift. All right, real quick. This story ain't that long, and it ain't even that crazy. It's just some nigga shit. We in the crib, we drinking, it's hanging out. And it's probably like 6, 7 of us just in the crib chilling. All guys. And most of us are standing in the kitchen. Like 5 of us are like standing in the kitchen, random talking about some other shit. 2 of my homies is in the living room, and they are arguing about something. And the kitchen had one of those overlooks where you can see the living room from the kitchen joint. And anyway, they arguing about some random shit. We're not really even paying that much attention. At some point, they get kind of loud, and so I started paying a little bit of attention, like seeing what the fuck they talking about. And right when I pay attention to it, one of my homeboys, Aaron, tell my other homeboy, Maury, he says, "What? Nigga, I'll slap you." And Maury's like, "Fool, no the fuck you won't slap me." And Aaron said, "I slap anybody in this room." And so instantly, just how I was at that time, like today I probably would have just been like, that nigga's drunk and tweaking. At that time in my life, everything was a personal attack, and I was offended because I'm in this room. So I started looking around like, am I in this room? Like, let me see if I'm in the same room. Let me see if I'm within these same walls.
The male ego is undefeated.
So I said, whoa. I don't know what y'all talking about. What you mean you would slap anybody in this room? Like, you got me fucked up. I'm in this room, right? And so he drunk. I said what I said. All right, fam. So as he's saying this, he's like walking towards me, right? He's like walking towards me from the living room around the wall to where the kitchen is at.
So when you said who, he was like, "I'm glad you asked."
Pretty much. Like I pulled his car. He like, nigga, he doubled down on the shit. Like, yeah, I said it. I slap anybody in this room, and he's walking towards me. As soon as he get close enough for me to put my hands on him, I just grabbed him by his shirt in his chest, grabbed him, turned around, boom, threw him through the fucking wall. All I hear is the wall go. So now when I move him off the wall, all this fucking from like his shoulders down to his fucking back is a hole in the wall with just his imprint going through the wall. Now I'm pissed. Right? I wasn't even pissed before. I was just offended. Now I'm pissed. Because first you said you're going to slap me. Then you put a big-ass hole in my wall? Because I blamed it on him.
He put the hole in the wall.
Hell yeah, he put the hole in the wall.
Oh, okay.
His back put a hole in my wall.
To the story.
Yeah, his back put a hole in my wall.
It was him that put the hole there.
And so as soon as I hear the sound, everybody kind of like get quiet, and I kind of move him out the way, and this big dumbass hole is right there in my wall, and I'm like, okay, come on outside now. So I just walk to the front door, like, you bring your ass on out here now. It's up there now, because like now I'm pissed for real. Like first I just wanted you to be like, nah, I was talking to Maury, we just on some yada 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 shit. But you came at me like I was talking to everybody in this room, threw him through the wall. Now you broke my wall. Now we got to fight. Come on outside so we get this on fight in. But that was that story. Like it was, you know.
That is what we classify as a nigga moment.
Yeah, that was definitely some drunk nigga shit. And like I said, as an adult now, I would have just been like, that nigga ain't even talking to me, Herb. Like, swallow that shit. Like, he didn't really mean he'd slap everybody in this room. Clearly, we know he would not slap everybody in this room. But I was really, really offended when he said it. Like, and I know I had been drinking.
It's some niggas that when they say that, they try to let everybody in that room.
They try to let everybody in the room.
Smack shit out of everybody in that room.
I'm alpha male in this room. Like, I'll beat everybody in his ass. Like, what, nigga? You got me fucked up, fam. Like, I'm in this room. You will not smack me. I don't know what y'all over there arguing about. I don't even give a shit. But I did hear you say you would smack everybody in this room, and I'm in here. You tweaking.
But that's part of our dysfunction, man. Like, you know, we laugh at all this shit. We joke at all this shit. But there's a lot of dysfunction in our neighborhood.
Fortunately, my mama had a friend that lived in Carbondale. She actually lived in Carbondale. Her husband was like a carpenter. So he came over there, fixed the wall for me, went to the store and all that other goofy shit to fix the fucking wall for me because I was not finna get no security deposit back, and I was finna lose whatever the fuck it cost to fix that damn wall. So, Lorianne came through again, as she usually does.
Hey, man, that's what mamas do. You know what I'm saying? But that shit,
her husband.
Yeah, but that shit is about dysfunction. You're just thinking like, you know, even the girl that you talked about went to the other room naked and just slept in the room with the other dude. That's dysfunctional, G.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a lot of dysfunction in our community, and we find ways to laugh at the shit or we make jokes about the shit. But at some levels, I used to push back, like, man, what the fuck is going on here? Because I was a participant in the dysfunction. You know what I mean? And I know better. That's what made the shit worse. You know what I mean? So I used to always have to double back, like, man, what the fuck wrong with us? Like, why we act like this?
It is a level of dysfunction, like you said.
It is,
man.
G. It is, and it just more and more levels, right? And new levels, new devils. You know what I'm saying? It really is. So, like some of the shit I've experienced, like legitimately, man, it could be a sitcom around this shit. Like nobody would believe. I don't think people would believe just what is regular life for, at least for me and my peer group. I can't say for black men, but for me and my peer group, like what was regular life. If we had like one, them GoPro cameras, if we just had that shit on our hat, man, nigga,
I wish
you couldn't tell a better story. G. It's just
facts.
This shit be unreal.
I wish that there were, cameras inside the crib at 6915 South Paxton when I was growing up. G, like we could sell that shit to any network for all the money they got. Like it was wild in that joint. It was so much fun though. So much fun.
I talked to you about my cousin Boog all the time, the one that's producing for Ye now. Like, seriously, G, like that man deserves a sitcom. Just being around him was like every day was a new story.
Constant hilarious.
And it spanned the gamut though. But it was about dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
It's still about he still do the same shit. He's still dysfunctional. But it's you can't help but be drawn to that energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's good or bad. You know what I mean?
All of my wildest stories come like other than like childish shit. They come from a place of like unhealthy shit. Like you also some dysfunction shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they
think about this shit, right? We talking about college.
Mm-hmm.
My parents didn't drop me to college. They didn't take me to college.
Mm-hmm.
My homie Boog and Ron took me to college. That shit sounds insane just from the start of the story.
Right,
you know what I mean?
It's already going left.
Like my parents didn't come down there, man. Boog and Ron drove me to college. G,
Yeah.
This is true shit. And then they didn't leave.
Yeah.
They stayed down there for like another month and a half. Like the shit was just reckless, dog.
Yeah.
But it's like that. All of that shit is spawned out of some level of dysfunction, or like I said, my parents couldn't. Whatever, poverty. I don't know what the reason was. I don't even know why when I think back to like why they didn't drop me off down there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was legitimately my homie Boog and Ron. I gave their ass gas money. They drove me to school. It was like legitimately. And they stayed down there for like a month and a half.
Motherfuckers come down there and visit you in college, they kick it. They stay.
Never leave.
My homeboy Rio came down there to visit me in college. This is my freshman year, right? Rio come visit me in college. This nigga stayed for like 2 weeks. First of all, I stay in a dorm. One room, like not like one bedroom, just a room, just a dorm. And I have a roommate, right? But he came down there and stayed. That's also a hilarious story that happened that night. But one of those nights.
Hilarious.
This chick, that's just
We
one.
need that?
No, that's cool. That's just this phone.
Oh, okay.
This chick I was messing with and had been messing with like the whole time. We was cool, but we was really just having sex for real. And but she was like talking to this nigga, right? And he was upset. Like he like loved her. And it was like some wild shit.
You loved her, man.
Right, you loved her, but like she what's up, what about Pumpkin Pie? He mad at my
Sweet potato soup wearing. What kind of shirt is doing? I heard you motherfuckers.
Big Lavender
Big
is
Lavender
in the building.
is in the building. Keep that mic up. Let us hear Big Lavender back there yelling all that shit, man. What's up, man? How you feeling, man?
No, it's all good. It's all good.
This nigga come in here.
Yeah, come in here.
Well, there you go.
Hey, put your shot cup.
I'm not putting nothing away. What's up?
Big
What's up,
Lavender in the building.
Pull up a chair. Hang out for a second,
Hold
man.
on. Let me. Y'all motherfuckers around here. Let me wipe my mic off.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to do that because who was there?
all
Oh, Cassie was there.
I seen all the hot mouths around here.
Yeah, go ahead and wipe your mouth out. I mean, wipe your mic off. Wipe your mic off, and then hang out. I told you my mouth wasn't gonna start working once I sipped enough
I'm
of this
telling
whiskey.
you, I said. So I was watching y'all. First of all, I just want to say I watched the transformation of
Saw what
Tucson
happened?
as he took his drink, and it's still look. I'm looking at dude. Look, I said Tucson looks slapped. When you took the shot, I'm driving, right? And then you was talking, and I was like, I was trying to type, but I said, let me stop typing because I'm driving. And I legitimately have never seen two drink, so I figured y'all was faking.
instant, G.
That dude took the shot, and I just watched him go. Whoa. he like sat in the chair, and by the time and it's like I'm looking at him, and I'm like, this nigga's fucked up.
Oh
for
yeah,
real.
shortly after he took a shot, I was talking to him. I looked over and I saw his eyes, and I did a quick little laugh.
I
just
got
laughed.
zero tolerance for this shit, man.
I was looking. I was like, this nigga said 2 Heinekens. What? And Beulah bought probably for the alpha. Right? Did you buy it for the alpha? You know, Beulah like the alphas.
She bought it for Santa Claus, man.
What the fuck you got on?
This is beautiful. This is beautiful, man.
Dog, I was like, dude, this nigga got a coochie on?
It's a onesie, G. It's a onesie.
It's the elbow patches. It's the elbow patches that do it.
Hey, let me do this though real quick before I get out of here, cause and I'm a run, cause I've been running all day. But I wanted to say to both of y'all, thank you. Part of I said this morning, my Christmas gift was this network. And when we first launched it, I kind of was not sure how it was going to work. And I tell the Tucson story all the time because I always seen him as a curmudgeonly type of mug. And I'm like, this nigga, he always seemed like he got a problem. And I just remember picking up the phone. He like, G, I'm with it. Like, what? G, I'm with it. And since that moment, since y'all have come on board, you have been an addition to the family, but always pushing us forward, even challenging us, right? I'm used to always being in a place where most people say, whatever you say is cool, right? But it feels great to be in a space with brothers who we know have the interests of our people. We don't necessarily always see the same things, but we know we're going in the same space.
Absolutely.
And so I wanted to, part of me trying to hurry up and get back here was I wanted to thank you all on air personally for Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. I don't know how you do it, but I would say that part of the gift that I got this year was this relationship. And so for me personally, as much shit as we talk, I'm not really feeling the big lavender shit.
Of course not, though. Of course not.
However, and I was waiting for you because I was like, as you was talking, right? I was dialing dude like, don't come next week. I was like, you go. I'ma call him. He be walking around with his face. I came in fixing stuff. I'm like, hey Joe, what you doing here?
Right.
Like, let Herb say something. Be like, Herb, man, it's all good. So anyway, though, it has been a great year. I look forward to next week. I also want to. I think that the outpouring of love that have y'all checked y'all joints yet? Have you got your Tennille emails yet? Tennille reached out to y'all. And
I did shoot some emails back to her, so I think something is coming. But
I'm gonna tell y'all what. The what's in it for the black? We got a family here inside.
Yeah, but
we got a much bigger family outside. Yeah. And I asked the people to bless the personalities. And I'm gonna tell you,
they went above and
beyond. And it was. Man, it just shows that you all are a gift to them too. Like that we all have, and this thing that we got to keep building.
This thing of ours, man.
This thing of ours. Hey,
well, let me echo those sentiments to you, brother. Joining this network has definitely been a great thing. It's been a great gift this year, man. I'm glad that you actually chose to step out and start this thing, right? I told you before, I've told you many times, told you privately, I've said it publicly. It takes a lot to step out on faith and gamble on yourself in that way. It takes a lot to be like, you know what? I don't really like what's happening here. I'm going to bounce, right? Even without knowing what the future holds. I don't like what's happening here. I'm going to bounce. Most people are constantly just looking for and we talk about this all the time when I say what I said. People are just constantly looking for their small piece of comfort, even within a dysfunctional situation. And for you to be like, I'm not trying to find a little bit of piece of comfort in this dysfunction. I don't want the dysfunction. I'm out. And to stand on that, to gamble on yourself, to start this particular thing, right? Shout out to Tennille. Shout out to Madam President, right? For y'all to just be like, we're going to do this thing, and then we'll figure out how it goes after that, and then to be able to build it in such quick time as you have and put the family, the team around that you have put around is commendable. It is to be respected. I'm honored to be a part of it, man. I'm looking forward to all of the great things that are to come from it. We still got a lot of work to do, man. We still just getting this thing started. We got a lot of work to do, but I'm feeling good about where this thing is going. And I count it an honor and a privilege to be a member of the family over here, man. So salute to you. Happy holidays to you, to Madam President, to the whole fam. Hey, we're just getting started, man. We rolling.
Amen. I just wanted to say thanks.
Absolutely, man. The Herb speaks for both of us, brother. So I'm half a little bit drunk, so you know.
And I
echo those sentiments.
You know what? And I'm gonna tell y'all what, Joe. It is great to. I said part of this whole thing was I was tired of going to the party by myself, right? And it feels like we got a team that when we arrive, we're going to arrive together. So I am excited. I want to thank everybody that's contributed. Flo, thank you. Thank Sonia Escobar, Ruthie, Todd, the whole family. Book of Dawn. Y'all keep Dawn in y'all prayers, man. Y'all know she had to bounce out today. Dang, Ruthie, I got to watch out. There might really be a Ruthie Moore show. The way things are
He
going.
front like it ain't already a Ruthie Moore show.
Right, the Ruthie Moore show from 6 to 9.
And we return. And the sentiment is now over. Yo, shit is fucked up, nigga. All right. Hey, y'all have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see y'all next week.
He is Maze Jackson. He is a.k.a. Big Lavender.
Big Lavender in the building.
Hashtag Maze Crush Monday. Man Crush Maze.
Did y'all get y'all? And shout out to Solo Beauty Supply for coming through.
That's what that is?
She said, man,
I'm on it. I need it. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I need this.
No, everybody got something. Everybody.
Oh, that's dope.
Shout out to Solo Beauty,
Shout out
man.
to Solo Beauty, man. Y'all
Thank
stop
you,
by
Nidra.
Solo Beauty. All right?
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, Maze, happy holidays, brother.
Yes,
Be
sir,
well.
brother.
You coming tomorrow? No.
We're coming where tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow night? Yeah. I might. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah, we might pull up. Listen, man, that's what it's about, man. It's a family up here, and you know we tell y'all here all the time, but it is what it is. Y'all are absolutely a part of this family. So when I see somebody like Catrice, who is absolutely an ISWIS OG, she's been rocking with us from the start. She's actually been on the show. In fact, I think she was the first. I've said this before. I think she was the first Relationship Friday guest.
It's possible.
Yeah, I think Catrice was the first Relationship Friday guest. But when I see somebody like Catrice, who is an ISWIS OG, like, man, y'all inspire me every day. I'm dead ass when I say y'all inspire us too, man. Like, we don't show up here to do this shit just because, like, we show up here to chop it up with y'all. We look forward to it, and we appreciate y'all. So thank y'all so very, very much for being a part of this family. Shout out to Gino. He said he touched down with Solo Beauty this afternoon. So that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. But even like that, right? So like,
but it's cyclical, right? And I want everybody to understand that these conversations, that outpouring, the energy that we receive back is all cyclical, right? We all helping each other meet that next plateau, whatever that next plateau is. You know what I'm saying? Even Gene saying, I reached out to Solo Beauty today. It's a circular move, G, and we got to grow in that way. That's really the consensus and the understanding.
That's what it's about.
That's
That's
the
why we
base
do this shit.
understanding of what community is. You know what I mean? It's circular, right? I spend money here. That money hires my son eventually. You know what I'm saying? My son grows into building his son. It's conceptually, it's circular.
Right.
And we just got to start to understand that it's circular.
Right. So thank y'all so very, very much for being a part of this
Shannon,
family.
I am gonna
man.
make it. I'm gonna help her with something when we leave here, which is gonna give me enough time to sober up to drive to the crib. I'm good.
We gonna be straight in the park. Yeah, so thank y'all so much for being a part of the family, man. Thank y'all so very, very much for being so generous, so kind. Y'all have continued to support the network in various ways. First and foremost, is by showing up and being a part of the conversations and adding your input to the discussions, but also by contributing with your hard-earned money, your stars, your quick pays, your cash apps, all of those things, man.
Stuff,
like,
man.
there's a lot that goes into what
Just
happens
your energy.
here. Yeah,
You
your
know what I
energy.
mean?
Like, that's first and foremost. You being here with your energy is number one. Everything else after that, like sharing it, telling somebody else about it, contributing with your hard-earned money, like, that's secondary to you just being here. We appreciate y'all so very, very, very much. It ain't no bullshit in that. It ain't no fluff in that. It's dead ass serious, and I can't necessarily say it enough. So thank y'all so very, very much again for rocking out with us just once more, man. 2 is about to hit that wall, fam.
Yeah, I'm definitely finna take a nap. You understand me?
2 is about to hit that wall, fam.
That one little cup of that was more than 2 Heinekens, my
Yeah,
nigga.
we gave you a half shot, like.
Whatever you call it.
It was a little piece of the cup. You know how when you take your medicine, you got to pour it in the cap?
Hey, man, I took a Sudafed yesterday and was taking a nap in this motherfucker. Like, I dozed off like a heroin addict. It's real.
He dozed off on me so hard yesterday off taking a Sudafed that I had to go to break.
Hey, salute to Herb, though, because he handled it so smooth, G. Because he was, like, talking this shit. And I heard him talking like, it was like
you wasn't
off in the
unconscious.
distance.
You was
and
just
then I was like, yeah. He was like, hey, we're about to go to break. And I was like, no, it ain't no break time. What you mean? But I was gone, G.
Yeah.
I don't have no tolerance for that shit.
I don't panic, man. I always handle things well. The moment is never too big. So whatever, we're going to be good. But, man, let me just say that to you too, brother. Absolute honor and pleasure to sit alongside you every day, to be partners in this whole I Said What I Said thing, man. We started it just having conversations, just me and you. It wasn't really about shit. It was private conversations. And then you was like, hey, we should, do this shit on air sometimes. And we do it on radio. And then we started to just like, let's make it turn into like a podcast, right? And so we started doing it there. We would do it at your crib.
Nah, I said that. I didn't say let's do the on-air shit. You said let's do the on-air shit.
Okay, I probably did that.
Yeah, and to the same point, man, like I want everybody to be clear, like this is an impossibility for me to do without her. You know what I mean? We are legitimately connect like Siamese twins. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
People talked about, I sat in for Salim Muwakil the other day, and people was like, oh man, I really love the show. But if you understood too, for real, you would understand that I was like, hey, G, you should come up here with me, G, because it's like we laugh about this shit all the time. It's we use like basketball or sports analogies, right? And this would be considered like the A mic. This would be considered the B mic. And Herb plays the point guard, and I play the two guard. Now, when we in here having this dialogue, it looks free and easy going. It is free and easy going,
right. But
it's
there's
free,
a structure to it.
But there's a structure to it. But it's free and easy going because Herb is the best point guard in the game. You know what I mean? Without Herb here, it's like a two guard that don't know got nobody that's gonna run the play for him, and the shit don't really work that way. So it's a chemistry that works here, man. Y'all, I laugh and I joke and I talk about Herb's age and all that shit. But legitimately, this is my little brother, and that means the world to me. So, man, salute, my man.
Respect, my brother.
Happy holidays.
Absolutely. Happy holidays to you, too. I echo those sentiments right back. You so stupid, Flo. I echo those sentiments right back to you, man. There's no way I could do this thing like without you. Like, I can't play two guard, right? You know everything. You read everything. You got a powerful opinion about everything. And so I could set the table for a conversation. But without you actually bringing that shit home and smashing it down with a strong point and backing it up with some historical facts, necessary, man. So it's an honor and a pleasure, man. And that just is what it is. While I am on the topic of being so doggone grateful, I know my mom is watching as she always does, which I'm very grateful for that.
Shout out to Mama Lori, man.
Yeah, man. She is.
We all love Mama Lori.
She is A1. Mama, I appreciate you, man. Like this year, what you have been to me, what you have been for me in this year. Like, I mean, my first 33 years of my life, ain't nothing I can do to pay you back for that. But just this last year of my life, what you've been to me for this last year of my life, there's no way I could repay you back for that in any way, shape, or form. This has been the most challenging year of my life for a myriad of reasons. And you have been absolutely everything to me. You have been absolutely everything to me, every single thing that I've needed. You've been there. Every single thing I had to have. Like you, I couldn't walk. You were my legs. I couldn't feed myself. You was my chef. I couldn't clean up behind myself. You was my maid. I couldn't drive myself. You was my chauffeur. I appreciate you so very much. You've always been that for me. But in this particular year, I just want you to know specifically that I am extremely grateful to you. And as strong as I try to be, and as I'm always good. People ask me how you doing. I'm always like, I'm excellent. If I do any better, I'll sell myself. That kind of shit. This year was tough. This year was very, very tough. And without you, it would have been probably insurmountably tough. And so thank you so much, man.
Yeah, salute.
You
Mama
are
hold you
my
down.
greatest blessing, and I appreciate you.
Real. Yeah, salute Mama Howard, because you held this nigga down in the real way, which helped us build this platform in the real way.
Big
you know
facts.
what I mean? So yeah, we absolutely salute you. I see Gino in the comments. We love you too, Femo.
Hey, that's another thing, man. Like what I was about to say when I'm talking about this, like talking about being a part of this family, like you and Gino family for real. But now I feel like me and Gino family. I feel like that's family to me, man. And so being able to meet brother like him, brother like Terrence, sister like Dawn, like this shit is super dope, man. Like so, like to be connected to Gino is fire, right? And to be able to sit with them on Sundays and do the kickoff kickback, that's fire to me. Like I don't be like.
Gino and T the shit, man. People don't really grasp the depths of how far they relationships and how far they
crazy,
knowledge
dog.
goes.
They've been places where very few people
Yeah,
have been
that's
because
real
of
shit.
one World Series in 120 years, and them niggas was in the clubhouse right after that, popping champagne with the president and owner of the damn Cubs.
Hey man, you remember? Did you see the Pooh documentary? Did you see the documentary?
Yeah.
So before that came out, me and Gino was talking privately, like, man, fuck that documentary. We need to put this footage y'all got out for real. Like
That's
it's
real
that
spill.
serious.
It's
You know
real
what I
spill.
mean?
They that kind of fire, man. I talk a lot just by nature and by trade. Unless you see me like outside of here. Sometimes people see me outside of here like, you don't talk that much. Like, nah, I talk all the fucking time, like for a living. I don't want to talk no more. Like I'm talked out.
Shut the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talked. Yesterday I talked for 6 hours straight. I don't want to talk no more. But as much as I talk, I do not waste my word. I don't intentionally waste my words. So when you hear me saying some shit about how dope I think the bigs are, how legendary they are, their accomplishments, and how much pride I take in being able to share a desk with them and talk sports with them, I mean that shit. Like they dope as fuck, and I count it an honor and a pleasure to be able to sit and talk sports alongside guys who have made such an impression in the sports industry as they have, man. So shout out to the bigs, shout out to Gene, shout out to Terrence, man. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure to call y'all brothers and co-hosts and all that shit, man. I appreciate it. I love y'all. And
everybody, man. I know we ain't said Lil Ron, little punk ass.
No, we love Lil Ron, man. Y'all,
I
think y'all kind of misconstrue our relationship with Lil Ron. It's kind of become a part of the show. I don't really think y'all misconstrue it. It's kind of become a part of a show for us to just rag on Lil Ron. It's just a fun thing to do. But he the little bro for real. You know what I'm saying?
What was funny though, you see how excited he was the other day to show us his car.
Yeah.
And that just validated how he feels about us.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
You know
I can't wait to show Big Bro.
Oh
like,
man, look at this,
like,
y'all. After the show, I gotta show y'all
look
something.
What's happening. Look what's happening. So yeah, Lil Ron is definitely
Cheesy
Lil
from
Bro,
ear to ear
man.
and shit.
Hell yeah, those are facts, man. This thing is dope, man. The whole fam, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Sonya is definitely fan. I heard some weird shit about. So people say a lot of things about me, right? And none of it really bothers me. I don't really give a shit. Part of it, a lot of it I play into, right? And it's fine, it's funny, and I don't really give a shit. I heard some weird shit about like Herb like Sonya, or Sonya like Herb, or some silly shit like that. And I was like, nah, fam, like nothing like that. Like not even close. Like that's fam for real. And that was the only time I was like, nah, I don't like nah. And when like somebody literally just told me that. Like somebody was like, yo, and I was like, I looked this person right in their face and I was like, nah, that's wild as hell. You tweaking. Like not at all. This is a family thing. I love Sonya. Been knowing her since before we got started up here too. But anyway, the whole family, man. I shouldn't start going down the list because I'm gonna forget somebody. But Ruthie and Todd and Lisa and Salim, man. Salim, like the guy for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, man, it's family, and I appreciate it. I respect it. I salute it. And thank y'all so very, very much for rocking with us, man. Y'all make it a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We will see y'all back here on Monday. On Monday at 3 p.m., we'll be back here for I Said What I Said. Until then, man, y'all have a great weekend. Check in with us tomorrow evening. We will be doing, I'm about to say Chris Levy. What's the name of the show? Chris the Critic.
Chris the Critic.
Chris the Critic's the name of the show with Chris Levy. That's tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. Maybe Go Laters will be going on as well. And then we got our weekend slate as well. I will definitely be back here Sunday morning with the bigs for the kickoff, kickback. Y'all make sure y'all get up with us.
The Bears play this weekend.
The Bears play this weekend, man. The Bears are still alive for the playoffs. They still have a chance to make the playoffs.
That's fucking unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, but it's true. They need to finish one game better than the Arizona Cardinals, and the Bears will make the playoffs. So they're still alive. Very important game coming up this week against Jacksonville. We'll be talking about that Sunday at the kickoff, kickback. Y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. Y'all have an amazing, amazing weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your people. We'll see y'all Monday at 3 p.m. for Flow for 2. My name is Herb. We'll see y'all Monday. Until then, y'all be good to each other.
Assalamu alaikum.